to the intro. Hopefully some of my misfits will make it. And I'll be back.
Home in the valley, home in the city, home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence. Time is the season. Time ain't no reason. Got no time to show. Time everlasting. Time to play besides. Time ain't on my side. Time I'll never know. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and nights that were blue. But I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you.
All right. Let's start the show, huh? Whatever it may be. I didn't feel like doing I know I did a cheesy thumbnail. I just didn't feel like I don't know. I just had a block, I guess. So I figured let's just chat. But we'll be talking, It is what it is. Oh great, my chat won't let me go up. And how was everybody doing on what is today? Today's Wednesday, huh? Yeah, how's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday? It's fine. Hey Mystic, good to see you. Hey Truman. There's supposed to be Terry Lynn. I don't know. Well, welcome to Poolside. You're a misfit like the rest of us. You're stuck. You're in it now. Hey, guess who's arrived? Hey, the art, good to see you. Step not that step, don't side eye me. How are you? Hey, Purple Dragon. Catherine X, Criminal Med, Giselle. Hey, thanks for coming in. I know I had it set for 2:30, but you know, um, things happened. I had to delay it anyway. Wait, what happened? And the block? Who got blocked? Having a bad crunch. What? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, yeah, I'm sure you feel kind of. I hope you feel better. Oh, it's been a day. So Betty's running her mouth. And like I told you, she was escalating and escalating because she's not getting no attention. So then what does Betty do? Her outrageously twisted, sick behavior. She will escalate it, and she is, and continues. She still thinks she's above the law. Um, I personally don't understand how she always skates by and gets away with it. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. But then you got BJ. I've asked these people a million times to just stop. Yet I'm going to fire up one, sometimes, most times two, and even sometimes three or more lives every day. And I'm going to talk about it. But I want them to stop. Okay. I want to twist everything, twist and turn it, and turn me into the victim. Huh. I don't know. Like I said, I think things have gone too far all the way around. But I at the same time, I can also say I was not pushed and poked the way others were. I don't know how I would have responded, especially now. Probably cut you. Never mind. Um, but if you really truly wanted to stop doing the back and forth. It's that simple. You do not have to address every little thing that's said because 95% of the time you just make it worse for yourself because you get caught not being honest a lot. But anyway, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't know what Brittany's deal is, but what I do know is that no, not falling asleep, that's an issue. Downplay it all you want. I'm a parent. I'm exhausted too. I don't go live 2 and 3 times a day or even every day yet. I may go live more often. But anyway, I don't fall asleep on my lives. I've got littles. Hmm. You know what? I got a novel idea for you, BJ. It doesn't hurt to take a night or two off and get your shit straight. Doesn't hurt at all. And you might end up with more views when you come back live because the people had a break too. Don't think just because they support you, they don't need a break from all the drama with you because it's all it is nonstop drama. Yeah, the money it'll affect the money. Yeah, you'd shit yourself. You see mine. It's so bad. But anyway, but it's not the end all be all, you know? Sometimes there has to be priorities, and you can always make the money up. You don't make that much on AdSense. Anyway, she's not going to take it. Hey, Steph. No, no, no. And now she's gonna produce a rugs test. I don't want to see it. I don't care. That's for her and her family to deal with. There's only so much you can lay on our feet out here, and that's not one of them. Besides that, how many days has it been since the CPS visit? It's just a standard UA strip. It's not a blood test. So yeah, you can just not have partaken in. I'm not saying anything about her. I'm just saying you can pass those tests. Okay, especially if it had been 5-7 days, whatever. You can. And also, if you have a legal prescription, they will verify the prescription, of course, but there's nothing they can do about it because it's legal, and you have a prescription for it. And as long as there's not an issue with, they will count what's in your bottle. Though I've seen them do that. Um, then there won't be an issue. So, like I said, I'm not saying anything about her. I'm just saying it is what it is. Being a foster, you have to be tested. Heck, they went to my husband's job because he couldn't leave work, and she wanted to get the test done by the end of the day. So they went to my husband's job. um, it was just to get the paperwork in and done because we were getting an emergency placement. So, and she didn't want to wait because really couldn't wait till Monday. The kids needed to be put somewhere. It was Friday. It was the weekend. Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't care. That's on her. That is all on her and him. Anyway, they won't give you the results. CPS might, if CPS will, when they have to, really. Um, but the lab won't. They're going to give the results to whoever ordered and paid for the test. It just is what it is. Um, and like I said, I don't care. Oh, Betty's on with one of her breaking news. Everything is always breaking news, and she is such a clickbaiter. She is such a clickbaiter. Can you imagine riding in a vehicle with her driving? Did you ever see her on a line while she's? It's crazy all over her. Yeah, no. I look. If you want to just talk and your phone, you're not holding your phone, and it's in a holder, and you're not reading chat and trying to comment back and whatever, do you? But when it starts interfering and affecting your driving, or you start, you know, bending down, getting close so you can read chat and worrying about chat instead of driving, then yeah, that's an issue. I know I've been hit because somebody decided to text. And she came up on they look like sidewalks, but they're an all purpose sidewalk, let's put it that way. They put them in for the bikers, for the walkers, the runners, whatever. They go from one end to the other. She came up off the damn road, off the highway, up onto the sidewalk and took me and my bicycle out and took off. I was pissed. She trashed my bike, man. I rode every day. I loved it. And she trashed my bike. Thankfully, I only got, banged up, but she trashed my bike. That pissed me off. I mean, it wasn't even nothing special. It was just a simple Walmart bike. I think it was like $200. But I rode the hell out that thing every day. Oh my God, Betty. Anyway. Um, yeah, so that's just my take on that. I don't. But you all over the road. Mm-mm. Nope. I've cleaned up enough accidents. Nope. Oh my God, she did a live. Clear Seth Rogers. Where's Sebastian Rogers? Isn't that like the loaded question? Oh my God, this should anger everyone. Let's chat. We're gonna look at a. Oh, no, that was 2 hours ago. Uh-oh. I didn't watch her. That's not the stream I was gonna review. Um, so I don't know what it's about, but I know in this one she was in true Betty fashion, starting to lose her fucking shit. And we'll go back into the one from 2 hours ago because this is just a little bit. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. This is the one 2 days ago. There's just a little part of this I'm gonna play for y'all, and then we'll go listen to the one she did 2 hours ago, saying everybody should be angry because of what I'm guessing her hard on for Sheriff Craddock. I'm guessing that's who she's blaming or going at because I mean she threatens the man daily, daily. I don't understand how she gets away with it. I mean, I get, I get it. He's a public figure. He's high up in the sheriff's department. He's a chief for Christ's sake. Um, and they're under public scrutiny, but there's a line. There's a line, and that line's been in my just on my take. It's so crossed. Um, well, whatever. Hey, Miss Brittany. Bitch be tripping. I love it. I love that name. Bitch be tripping. Hey, B Tim. But he loses it. Yeah, she once again loses it. I mean, y'all got to be Brittany'd out. I have Brittany's live if y'all want to listen to any of it. But can we do this first? Because I know I owe you a subs choice. Um, but how many times you want to see the same live? I mean, I know we all have a different take on it. We all pick out different things, which is cool. But I mean, how much do you want to watch her? It's not about other creators. It's about her. How much can you listen to? You know. So, like I said, it's subs choice. I'll be glad to play some of it if you want to. But Betty is a tripping. I'm telling you, this woman needs to get her THC pen and sit there and take a toke once in a while. I think it would calm her ass down a little bit. Either that or, you know, Some mood stabilizer. I don't know.
Billy, and I don't see Marsha Blackburn having these conversations.
Wait a minute.
Officer is so important because they're the ones that know how to speak to the public. They're trained in how to speak to the public. They're trained in disseminating information without lying to the public. They know how to word press releases. That is an important and if sheriff's departments across this country do not have their public information officers, they should. And those should be.
They should. You're absolutely right. But see, there's blowhards like you that bitch about every penny and want everybody's budgets cut. Just saying.
Budgeted by the state. Every county, unless you have, if you want to qualify it with, size, I can understand that. If you're XYZ size, you don't need a PIO. Okay. You just don't know. Or you just don't need one. Because you're even if you have a big case, you're such a small department, somebody can kind of rise up. But when you're getting to this size, you've got to have a position for a public information officer. When you've had a major case, you need to have a public information.
Betty, stop it. It's not a major case. You keep acting like this is the biggest case that Sumner County's ever had, and it's not, Betty. Sadly, it's not. It's another teenager who allegedly ran away. And they have really pulled out all the stops in this case. They really have. No matter what you say, you know that's the truth. But stop acting like this is some, the worst thing to ever happen in Sumner County, because sadly it's not. There's a lot of other kids missing, Betty. They deserve some attention too, don't you think? Because you're white breaded ass, as you always say.
Officer liaison within your department that knows skills in dealing with the public. And they can be a sheriff or an office person during the day, but when the call rises, they are the ones that speak to the public. And you're getting double duty.
That is why they're called a public information officer or public relations officer. What do you think that title means? But guess what, Betty? They're still an officer. You don't get it, man. You don't get it.
A second salary to support it. There are many ways to handle public information officers around this country and around our police and sheriff's department, but they need to have one.
No, there's pretty much one way to handle it, Betty. Shut up about budgets. Let them put it in the budget. Pass the budget. No, people like you, because you blow hard. But see, you always late to the game. You always wait till shit passes. Then you come out and want to say shit and want something done when it's too late. I mean, we've seen it time and time again in your local town hall meetings, because I play them when I catch you, when I can clip you at one of those meetings. And so does Blank Screen. I think Burnt Toast shows them. A lot of us do. Whatever. She acts like she knows exactly what duties the public relations officer should have, according to her. But, she is saving the world, people. She is a superhero. Her name is Exploitation Betty. And she wears all green. The green team. Exploitation Betty's trying to hit a home run here. Exploitation is so big, said so many letters. It's really hard to fit on that little character on the thumbnail, but I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to put a different head on it. And, yeah. That's going to be always Betty. She will be forever known as the superhero saving the world, Exploitation Betty. One case, one kid, one family, one friend at a time. Yeah, exactly, bitch. Exactly. And chili. Hey, red and green, Christmas colors. Then maybe that's why. I wonder if she wears her superhero costume. You think JLR would tell us? Because she's saving the world. Hmm.
Biggest keys, takeaways in Tennessee is training. This is by
Oh, here
far
we
one of the
go.
biggest problems I see with law enforcement across the state of Tennessee. They are poorly
Guys,
trained.
do me a favor coming in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Do all that YouTube stuff. I usually have Brittany J, BJ, 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 saying it 100 times every hour. So I don't today. So just do all that YouTube stuff. The thumbs up, the like, the share, the sub up, the memberships. We do have memberships here. I haven't been going live much, so I honestly really need to beef it up. Um, and you don't go live for 2 weeks and you lose subs. Like it's like, okay, just because I'm not going live, but whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Back to Betty. That's my schmeal. I can't do it as good as BJ can.
I don't know why they're poorly trained, who's poorly training them, but they are poorly trained. And this is not just specific to Sumner County. This is many officers across the state of Tennessee that I have been watching for years, because we've been in the state of Tennessee for years. And to me,
No, Betty, stop it. You act like you're so deep involved in the state of Tennessee, and you're not. You're not. You got involved in the Summer Wells case. You turned it into a freaking circus. You got a man fired from a specific job site who had children to take care of, whose daughter went missing, where there was no evidence that he or the mom had anything whatsoever to do with it. You mucked that case up so bad. Y'all interfered and you affected that case. Y'all's behaviors affected that case and law enforcement's ability to do their job. You hindered and interfered. The same thing you've done in Sebastian's case. The same thing you attempted to do in Quentin Simon. The same thing you attempted to do in Monkey Michael Vaughn. Really, the same thing you do in any case you try to touch. Yeah, it definitely. Well, she also, I don't know, she's going through with everything she got hanging over her head with all these frivolous lawsuits that she's created. Shit. She's probably in a depression and just doesn't bother to do anything with herself anymore. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, you putting that on you. I knew that's who you were. Yeah, I knew. I told you before that name's one of my favorites on here. Yeah, bitch be tripping. I love it. I've been watching your other channel. I watch you all the time. I may not be able to catch you live, but I always catch it. Hey, K Nash, she thinks every case in Tennessee is going to line her pockets the same. That's all this is. Yep, where's the next cash cow? But you know what? If they would bother to stop and pay attention to all the open, ongoing cases of missing children, they're going to find out that Tennessee doesn't have the most, especially that area. But that would require her not doing court papers and trying to act like an attorney. A bad one. But again, another time of Betty always skating by. She has been able to keep this frivolous lawsuit going for over 2 years, purposely messing up. Well, that okay, I'll back up. I'll back up on that. She doesn't know enough to not mess up, but she tries to act like she does. But a lot of what Betty does is copy and paste from the internet. Anyway, and she's managed to do that, and I'm still, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why that court hasn't said fucking enough. Enough is enough. I mean, she goes after the lawyer because he has no choice but to communicate with her because he is representing Queen. So, yes, and Betty is representing herself. So, of course, there's going to be contact. There has to be, since Betty's acting as her own attorney, the dumbass. But, I mean, granted, it keeps getting dismissed, but she keeps being able to just do more and more. When is it enough? When is, it's time. Put it to rest. Put it to bed. Enough. It's a frivolous locale lawsuit, period. And she's doing the same thing with the Tennessee shit. She's dragging that out as long as she can. That's Betty's MO. JLR taught her well, only she amplified. Even amplified out of his control. Yeah. But and she's gonna try to get them to do the same thing with everything. With all this fake RICO, this fake injunction bullshit, this and you can bet she'll be a bug in Tony's ear. Probably, she is. It's insane. And now Brittany, it's insane. And honestly, Brittany, what are you going to say when paperwork never shows up? What if it never shows up? Then what? You've collected all this money and you lied time and time and time again. I sure hope that's not the case because I'd feel awful for your hardcore supporters that have given you a lie. That would suck for them. So I sure hope that's not the case. But I also don't think you're doing what you're claiming, you and all the big shit stuff you and Bright Boy keep saying in the background. I don't know. And I still don't get how you could even go at Granny when there's already something going on there legally. You're going to lose your pants, but, that's you. You decided to join it. Actually, you sought them out. Anyway, so I don't see how that's going to go anywhere if that's what you're planning on doing. And I know she's not the only one, so you claim. But, yeah. I get lawyers take time, but this has been going on for, and if you have all this so-called evidence of all this harassment, stalking, and bullying and threatening, then what's taking so long? He doesn't have to accumulate evidence if you already have it and have already given it to him. Just saying. I'm just asking questions. I don't know if you have an attorney or not. You probably do. What you're trying to do, I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure that you're not getting taken because, come on, it's not like you live in some big city. You live in a really rural area, according to you. So, yeah. Anyway. I Hey, gotcha. Hey, Hoper Snoopy, good to see you. Yeah, someone sent me a clip of that nasty Val Rotten Lemon. And man, so I guess him and Laura are no longer buddies.
It always
Shocker. Does he stay buddies long with anybody?
seems to come down to lack of proper.
Oh, and one other thing. BJ, where's Wiggs been? Reality Wiggs, where's she been? Because I hear she was in another chat, but I don't know. I wasn't on. I didn't see her. I'm just saying what I heard. You know, rumors on the street. You know how that goes. You know, you're good at spreading those rumors on the street. So I'm sure you get it. But where's Wiggs been? Timu having another sale? Just asking. Okay. Back to the superhero who is saving the world. She is saving the world. She told us that the other night. She was so serious. She is moving to Sumner County and she is taking over the politics and cleaning house at the sheriff's office. Yep, she's doing it all. She is. Exploitation Betty. None other.
Training. They have got to train their law enforcement out there, and they've got to train them in the blessed law and how to interpret a law.
Oh
when I
my
have an
God.
officer that doesn't even know what a public easement is, that is a problem for me.
Betty, he was aware of his job and what he needed to do. You are the one who doesn't understand public easements.
That is a huge problem for me.
Huge. All
Okay?
because of an easement? Wow. You think that's the biggest problem with police departments? Yikes.
How am I supposed to talk to an officer about the law when they're incompetent and unknowledgeable about basic county law?
Excuse me, ma'am, but he did know the law. He works for that county and lives in that county, probably. You, however, do not, and you don't understand the laws. You read them, but your interpretation, whew, honey. But okay.
Okay?
Hey, Wise
Now
Angel.
that's minor compared to what I'm about to show you. We know that Tennessee has been locking people in jail for DUIs they have not committed.
Okay, that has
And
nothing to do with the Sebastian Rogers case, nor with the charges or the protection orders against you. And Betty, we know everything was reopened. It was passed back down. It was kicked back down. And I'm gonna look and see if they've been extended because I just have a gut feeling they will be extended, Betty. And by the way, how's your appeal going? You know, the one you need $30,000 for. You're asking for an outrageous amount for an appeal for something you did. All this you caused. And at the same time, you're asking for money to take trips and shit. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Again, this is Tennessee Highway Patrol. These people should be trained better. It is not immune to just Sumner County. Tennessee law enforcement has got to be retrained. There's no if.
And you know this how? Because you got a protection order against you and you were arrested by a sheriff's deputy. They gave you the utmost respect, Betty, and they kept your arrest private. They made sure they positioned cars, everything to make sure people couldn't film it. Are you kidding me? They pulled over so you could hit your vape. But how do you know anything about any other law enforcement in Tennessee? You've only been a part of this, and the county was Summer, not the entire state of Tennessee, Betty. And anytime you've been involved, it's been a shit show. You've wasted a lot of resources. You wasted a lot of law enforcement's manpower time because of all the calls. So, how do you know about the whole state of Tennessee?
Ands or buts about it. Everybody in law enforcement has got to be retrained. And you know what the problem with Tennessee? They don't want to spend the money.
You were just last month, you was hooting and hollering and all excited because Sumner County lost a big chunk of their budget. Not 200 million, like you said, because they didn't even have a budget of 200 million. You damn sure were clickbaiting and lying to your audience. You were hooting and hollering about it. You were all happy and excited about it. How are you going to do all this retraining if you don't want to put no money out for it? Who's going to pay for it? Think about it. Never mind, you're not capable.
Now you know why I'm sick and tired of Governor Bill Lee, and I don't see Marsha Blackburn having these conversations. So when I'm looking at a governor for my state, that's unexcusable.
Key word right there, key phrase, my state. You don't live in Tennessee. It don't matter what you think or say. You have no vote.
Okay? When my governor's not speaking to things that are important to me, and we're watching all of this mess take off in Tennessee because they went from a small town state to now big city state, and they don't know how to run their crap. Mismanagement out the wazoo from the top down. And this is just more garbage out of the state of Tennessee.
Another sober driver has come forward saying she too was arrested by a state trooper for DUI.
She now makes the 8th innocent person arrested by this single trooper for a crime she didn't commit.
Our chief investigator, Jeremy.
8th by a single trooper.
And this has nothing to do with your protection orders or the Sebastian Rogers case, Betty.
When you violate somebody's rights and throw them in jail,
oh, here we go.
I can understand you being written.
It's all about her. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Runs. It's all about her. Because right there it is when you violate someone's rights and you put them in jail. Betty, this is not about you. This doesn't pertain to you in your case at all.
When you do it twice, you should be required to go back to training. But even if you didn't go back to training.
She don't know, K-Mash. That's just it. A small town state to a big city state. Yeah. She don't know.
By the third time, that she should have been decommissioned and sent to training. Now she is arrested, he or she, I should say, has arrested an 8th person that is not intoxicated. Now, mind you guys, these types of cases cost these people that did nothing wrong, that broke no laws, tens of thousands of dollars.
And you think that only happens in Tennessee? But it happens in your freaking backyard. People get falsely arrested every day. It sucks and it happens, but it does.
To challenge that charge. Who's refunding this money to those people because of their error? That Tennessee sheriff or trooper should be fired. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 8 times. She should have been fired after 3. It should have never gotten to this. You have conned over $100,000 out of your citizens over bunk arrests. Never mind the bunk arrest of me in the state of
I
Tennessee.
told you that's all it's about. Betty don't give two shits about these drivers being wrongly accused and arrested for a DUI. It's all about her and what happened to her.
Not by DUI, but by setup.
No, you weren't set up. You weren't set up. It was because of your own actions, your own big mouth, which I have no idea why they have not recharged you. Because you sure have put enough out here.
Collusion, by corruption.
Hmm.
We will not forget. Believe me.
Finley continues the sobering problem.
Again, have you ever shown any proof of corruption? Because if you're talking about what happened to you is corrupt, yeah, no, Betty. You need some proof there's corruption. You got caught lying to the judge under oath. Yeah.
Investigation tonight. Jeremy, she contacted you after seeing your last story.
Yeah, that's right, guys. It was just last week when I reported that Trooper James Zahn had arrested 7 different people for DUI, and all their blood work later came back showing they were completely sober. Jane Bond.
That is just horrible. I want
No,
to
I
see.
agree, man. Something's wrong. That officer shouldn't be. But, however, Betty's not doing it because she feels sorry for the people that got wrongly arrested and accused. She's not doing it because she wants, the officer to pay for what the officer's doing or has done. She's only doing it because her feels are hurt.
I wonder if they've allowed this person to continue to work. If they did, this is the problem with Tennessee. You guys see the problem with Tennessee? They're seeing the problem with Tennessee 8 times. And I bet you the person's probably still at the helm of their job. Let's see.
Ron saw that story, and she called me saying it happened to me too.
Hey,
Put your hands straight out beside you.
So there's something you need to know right off the bat about this video of Jane Bondurant's field sobriety test last November. It is.
Okay, well, he looks like a putz. You know what? He looks like every other deranged freaking Sumner County Sheriff's Department person.
Deranged.
Let me guess. He knew better? He took one look at her and just knew she was a party animal. Maybe he's seen her out, right? That's not good enough. That's not good enough. This man should be fired. No administrative leave. He should be fired, put out of commission pending full investigation. And he should never, he looks like a senior, well, I guess he doesn't have the patches for a senior officer, but he looks pretty, up there in age. He shouldn't be making these types of mistakes. Just the hits keep on coming with Sumner County, or excuse me, the state of Tennessee. All right, guys, so I'm going to take this down because I got several.
So that wasn't even in Sumner County.
Little emails that I wanted to read to you guys. And I didn't want to dox the people that had, oops, I shouldn't have done that. Son of a gun. Can I open those back up? Please tell me I can. History. Yeah, can we hit? I took down all of them. Fudge. Let me see where we are. I just lost him.
My hat's off to Betty. She's teaching herself how to use OBS. I'm really considering it. I was using it to record, but then it just quit working for me. I don't know why. But I think I'm going to, because StreamYards is, my tiny channel, StreamYards is just, $50 a month or what? Glitches galore. So, I don't know. And then, you know,
I accidentally lost them. Damn it. I'll have to read them. There were 2 emails from people in our chat, and I hit something and it took all of them down. So we'll just get started on the other stuff.
come
We
on,
have
baby.
hashtag Chris Proudfoot. He obviously doesn't take Sebastian missing seriously. It doesn't appear that they're grieving at all. It doesn't appear that they have ever grieved.
You can't say that, Betty. You don't know these people. You don't know nothing about these people. Just all the crap you guys keep spewing, it isn't true. You won't ever play the video where you could actually hear the hurt and the breakdown in Chris's voice talking about Sebastian. You deny that Katie's ever been upset or Chris has ever been upset when there's video evidence otherwise. You don't know what they do behind the scenes because they're not out here to get a pat on the back from you. They don't need to clear with you what they do for their son. And they've done plenty. They have done things behind the scenes to try to find Sebastian. What have you done besides cause chaos? You don't see them going in front of the police station to bitch about the other parent and throw all these wild accusations at the other parent. Or at law enforcement. Just saying.
Seems like they're together right now to cover each other's ass because I don't even think that they like each other. I saw a photo of Katie out, looking at...
You don't know anything about these people to be making those assumptions, Betty. You are so jealous because Katie's his mom. Like it or not, bitch.
Reptiles with Christopher. Somebody sent and posted, right?
Oh my gosh, they went out of the house and they actually did something. Yo, call out the National Guard. It's bad. They're guilty because they still have to go on with life. Life doesn't stop. You have to work. You need a roof over your head and food in your mouth. You're allowed to breathe and go do something. There's another child involved whose life should not be disrupted because of it. Any more than it has to be.
And it's all over her face. She didn't even want to be there. She knew people were probably going to be watching her, and Chris doesn't care. He just doesn't care. He's all about making sure everybody knows he's going to get his life back on. He's done with Sebastian. The POS is out of his house. He wants his life back. That's the appearance and the actions that Chris has been making, right?
No, he has not. Not at all. Oh, that's a good pause. That's not at all what I've seen.
I'm not saying Sebastian's a POS. I am saying that Chris is basically saying Sebastian is a POS and he's happy that he's out of his house. Prove me otherwise. Prove me otherwise. A father is fighting for a child that disappeared from their home with his wife, his abusive, psychotic wife, right? The child.
Wow. Betty. That's you, not Katie. You're the one with all the charges for physically hurting someone. Multiple people, actually. Katie didn't have no record. You have no proof that Katie's done anything. You're lying. And that's defamation. Exactly, Dragon. Yeah, doing that deep dive. Yeah, deep dive into what? And who's going to deep dive you? Because you're a clown. You don't deep dive shit, man. I don't think BJ knows what a deep dive is. But what did you? Muscles and Mascara was at the Reptile show and talked with Katie and Chris for an hour. Got a wristband they were giving out and a selfie with them. Oh, but they aren't doing anything. They have been putting out flyers. They pass out, they go to different things. They have went out searching. They have paid for billboards. Chris even made signs and put them up. But they don't do anything. Katie got his posters put in how many Walmarts and stuff. The problem is, this bitch is pissed because she's not entitled to know what they're doing. They don't come out here and need pats on the back for anything they're doing. What has Seth done? Honestly, he searched 4 times. 4? What's he been doing other than causing more chaos? They're not causing no chaos. He pulled a prank on a friend. So what? After the way him and Katie have been attacked and decimated on these YouTube streets, so fucking what? Hey, gorgeous.
Our child, 5 years old, that's completely effed in the brain.
It wasn't. That's not the story. Again, twisting things.
Katie Lynn Proudfoot, right? The one that likes to wake up in the middle of the night and beat the shit out of Seth for no reason.
Oh, bullshit. I don't buy none of that. Bullshit.
Crazy lady. She was left in the home.
It's your girl, J Dobb, member for 26 months. Thank you, J Dobb. Wow. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you. Proud misfit baby. We got a couple of them in 26 months. Damn, back to back. Thank you, J Dobb.
With Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and allegedly, according to the most recent FBI statement, that child walked into that home and never walked out. Clear as day.
No.
The child.
No. Whatever.
Was observed going into the home by Katie's own dash cam that Chris tried to say wasn't a dash cam. Well, the FBI corrected that for him.
Wait a minute, though. Haven't you and that mob liar dude and Brittany and Spanky, haven't y'all been saying that it was Sebastian's flashlight, that was him being taken out, he exiting the house? So then that means you're wrong too, because if there was no trace and he was never left that house, then how did you guys spot it on the videos that he was leaving the house, be it with help? But that's evidence of him leaving, exiting, regardless of how it was. But now you're saying there was no evidence. So which is it? Okay, sorry. Literal interruption.
Doesn't know what a flippin' dash cam is.
Oh my God.
They say Sebastian was observed going into the home and never observed ever leaving the home. Now, there are a lot of things that law enforcement, I think, are absolutely, it seemed like the FBI called Sumner County and said, "Hey, Sumner County, what's going on with this case? We need to, get a fresh update out there for people, to gnaw on for a little bit. What's the newest update?" Right? And they say, "Oh, blah, blah, blah." And then the guy from the FBI is, "Well, what about this? What about this question? Can we say something about this?" "Oh, yes. Well, this is what we know," right? It sounded like they were interviewing or interrogating Sumner County and TBI about information. I don't believe Eric Craddock. You know,
I
I do
never
believe
loved
that they need to have integrity to the investigation.
Thank
Any
you.
investigation, you know, our number one goal is making sure that the animals are brought to justice. You know, that is our number one goal. We don't
my
want all the
kids
information. Now, if somebody leaks
My kids are amazing, and
stuff, I'm running it.
they're
Okay, plain and simple.
doing their very
If it's out there,
best. Wow, it won't pause. They're doing their very best. Yeah.
the public square, I'm running the story. People can love that about me. They can hate that about me. They can call me whatever name you want. But if it's out in the public domain and I pick it up, I'm running the story. I don't want it out in the public domain. There's a lot of information that I think is inappropriate to be out in the public domain in some of the cases that we've covered, and I've said that. But if it's going to be out there, I'm going to run the story. This is one.
So you don't think it should be out here, but you have no problem showing it, right, Betty? Got it.
That they have failed. This is the biggest case Sumner County has had in its history. Okay? This is not where people quiet up. They provide the public every piece of information they can. There's a lot of information they can never share with us until it goes to trial. But they don't even try to do that. They don't try to inform the public about the largest case in the Sumner County history. They want to throw it under the rug. They want everybody to shut up about it. They want to still be playing patty cakes for the fucking Proudfoots and the damn Bauer socks like they did back in school. Meanwhile, a 15-year-old boy that's turned 16, about to turn 17, is not worth that county's time.
Oh.
And then
you're wrong, because that county has pulled out all the stops. There's nothing they didn't do. They had foot searches, they had horseback, they had helicopters, they had drones, they had dogs, they had boats. Equisearch was there. They pulled out all the stops, Betty. Surviving? Yeah, I guess you could call it surviving. Yeah.
CP wants to mock Seth, the father of this child he decided to beat, that he put his hands on.
Just want to take a moment.
So Chris Proudfoot thinks he's funny. He thinks it's a joke. He thinks that this is a fucking joke to Sebastian's dad, Seth Rogers. Well, I can assure you folks, it's not a joke.
No, it wasn't a joke to Sebastian's father, Seth. It was a prank on Clue. You idiots were the ones who brought this frivolous legal shit in on Sebastian's back. You idiots used Sebastian for that. You idiots have totally attacked him and his wife repeatedly. Are you kidding me? Wow.
This is not a laughing matter. I'm from freaking Florida, and I have more concern for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers than his own mother and stepfather, the ones that lost this boy or murdered him.
Wow. You're a fucking idiot to even play that. You're talking about, you just said that a child was murdered, and you play bombs going off? You idiot. You really are an idiot. You don't care about Sebastian. All you care about is your ass. You know, your white breaded ass, as you say. Hey, CJK.
And if that's not bad enough, this sick SOB wants to mock the father.
Airplanes.
Has this person lost their ever
only, please.
mind?
Oh my gosh. Did Clue send you guys all over? Oh, thank you very much, Clue. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. You know, do all that YouTube stuff. You know, I don't have BJ over here saying it. Hey, Tiana. Hey, Yono. Hey to Autumn. Hey Nasty Rana. Hey Sasha. Zero Fox. Lily Rose. Note to self. Welcome in everybody. Blondie.
Time Buzz, if somebody would be so kind
Andy
as to put
Rapper.
Crime Time
Meredith.
Buzz, plug for Crime Time Buzz in the chat.
Midwest.
She ain't no mother, Betty. Sorry, not so.
Wendy's and Captain D's. You know what's weird is I have to go to one of my doctors in another, it's about an hour away in Jax. There's a Captain D's like 5 minutes up, maybe 4 minutes up from the office. And I never paid attention to it before until after that shit happened with them too. And now it's like, now I notice that there's a Captain D's right there all the time. You know, I've never ate their food though. But yeah, I don't know. It's every time I see it now, it's like, ugh, I wonder if they ate that old fish. You know? I don't know.
Sorry, no, she isn't.
Hey, pick me.
She's a.
Hey, love
She
you.
is a
Hey, Tanya.
woman that has psychological issues dating back to
Hey,
5
Jen.
years old.
Crazy
You can't
woman,
un-F
too.
that woman's head.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Well, I wanted to let.
She's got such a sweet voice.
Oh,
She's got such a sweet voice. Shook at the Disney World. Oh yeah, we don't want to forget. You know,
Betty, you got a crush? You having a girl crush? Aw.
they've been having the time of their lives. These pieces of shit. I'm gonna cuss.
They've been having the time of their lives. They have another child that has every right to have a normal life as much as possible. So what if they took that child to Disney? So what? So because they have a child missing, their existence should cease. They shouldn't eat. They shouldn't step outside. They shouldn't work. They shouldn't take care of their other children. Oh, okay. Oh, Betty.
Sponsor the cuss jar you can. You guys know that this is one of the cases that irates me, right? But you know what? We are Sebastian's army, are we not? We are absolutely Sebastian's army.
Dad, you saving the world again? Come on. Say it for me. Say it like you did the other night. You said it with such force. It was like, I'm saving the world. And that's why you are forever going to be the green superhero, Exploitation Betty.
Because this piece of garbage right here, these losers, they disappeared a child. And they think it's funny.
They didn't.
They think that we're just going to go back to just getting back to our life because now we got all of our problems away from our home. We've been trying to get this boy gone for 2022. It only took me leaving him with my wife before she finally had enough. And right?
Oh my God. You are really sick. You are really, truly a piece of shit. Do you have any proof of any of this stuff? Do you have actual proof of any of this? Bet you don't. Tuxedo baby, good to see you. Member for 12 months. Oh, loving the pool. It's over. If it rains another inch, the pool's going to overflow. I don't know what to do. I didn't take care of that stuff. He did. I was out here this morning in the pouring down rain with buckets trying to get as much water out to stop it from overflowing. I didn't make much headway. Anyway. Ooh. Hey, Mama, two young men. Freaking code already. I seen the guy in front of my house. He got out the truck, and I was waiting for him to get out the tape measure and measure the grass. He'll do that next time. He pretty much just walked to the end and just to let me know he was there and eyeing it up, you know. So I looked for a notice to be put on the garage door that, you know, I have 72 hours to get my lawn cut or they start fining you. I can't do it. I physically can't do it because of my COPD and my asthma. and having 2 major heart attacks a couple months ago. So anyway, I'm gonna see if I can. It's been raining so much. It is so. I mean, there's so much water. I'm gonna see if I can get the neighborhood boy, because I know he's gonna come back and he will measure it. And our yard's never been this tall since we moved here. My husband cut the grass every week. But yeah, anyway. That's code. If you're not good buddies with them, they're going to get you for anything they can. It's me. That's what I'm going to, the neighbor down the street used to, but I don't know if he still does. I've had a couple of neighbors say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it." Well, it never got done. So, you know how that goes, Hey, be it nice. Or be nice, try it. I mean, sorry. Anyway, they got lives and stuff, and, it's not their responsibility. I'll figure it out. Right now, that's the least of my worries. Fuck code.
Why he kept leaving her with him. Maybe he knew she was going to just lose it on him eventually. Maybe that's exactly why he chose never to come back home. He was tired of it. He wanted her to figure it out. I think he wanted her to basically drop him off somewhere and forget he ever existed, because Chris Proudfoot is just that disgusting. Hashtag Chris Proudfoot. We need to make sure that we use the lethal language on the Bullhorn Betty channel. The lethal language.
And you know this how, because this is what Seth has told you. Seth didn't live with them. In fact, they kind of had like it was kind of like another kind of like parental relationship there, sadly. I'm sorry, but that's the vibe I get. I mean, especially when you're talking about the people that helped him to even relocate there so that he could be in his son's life. The people that didn't care when he got him, they were lenient. They let him, whenever he wanted him, they let him go. Never occurred to you that maybe the child didn't want to go? Okay. And don't you think maybe there was a divorce? It takes 2. Well, maybe not. Never mind. I could understand it anyway. And that the vileness that is put out about these two by the other parent, all because the other parent, like you, is in their feels. Okay. So that's all okay, right? That's okay to say the vile, disgusting things he does, but he didn't live with them. He has, Okay.
Don't want to forget those damn
no
hashtags.
Consideration. None.
Don't want to forget those hashtags. Every time I say hashtag Chris Proudfoot, hashtag Katie Lynn Proudfoot, that's my big FU to Sumner County and the people that represent, right? The people that represent. That is my, the judges, the shoddy attorneys.
Hey, Truckee.
The people tell me, you can't do that. Yes, I can. It's my constitutional right. Prove me wrong. That's right. You try.
Betty, you have 4 POs, active POs against you. You were arrested for violations, and you didn't get off because there was no evidence. Because from my understanding, the grand jury statement was they were aware that you broke the orders. Why you haven't been recharged, I honestly don't know. I totally, because if that had been me, they'd have put me under the damn jail. I really don't know, but keep doing you. Just keep letting it rack up, because it's never too late to try on them silver bracelets again.
You couldn't. I succeed.
Exactly, parent.
So we have Tweedledee and Tweedledum, baby hurters, child abusers, alleged child abusers.
Yeah,
let's
sure
be
factually
correct over here. Let's not use satire. Let's use facts, right? Alleged child abusers. Kind of funny. 5 reports before the child disappeared.
Again, no proof of that. I do believe there was 3, And I'm sorry, but I'm not apologizing. No, fuck it. I believe what Christopher Proudfoot said about those reports. That if y'all people knew what was really in those reports, you'd have a lot of backtracking to do. I believe that wholeheartedly. Have you ever asked why law enforcement was at his residence, the father's, that weekend? Bet you didn't.
One with their little Mickey Mouse hats and their cute hair. I didn't mean that. Please forgive me. That's an error. I didn't mean that
Yes,
appearance.
you did. Don't lie.
And I certainly didn't mean the appearance in the numerous restaurants they frequent. Oh, no, I didn't mean.
So what? They are allowed to go out to eat. They are allowed to live. They have no choice. Life goes on. You don't get a choice. You don't have to crawl in a corner and wither away. They have another child. Well, Chris does. Katie has a stepdaughter. That child deserves a life. They deserve a life.
Nat, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I mean the fact that he showed up at another creator's home to play jokes today.
So,
oh my God!
Certainly not.
Oh, okay. That's so wrong. Huh. That is so wrong. But it's okay to get on a live and act like you're, doing the thing. Beating the meat, whatever you want to call it. It's okay to go on lives and talk vile and nasty, right? It's okay to go in there and sling mud and lie about the other parents and try to get a hate train going on the other parent. Yeah, okay. It's okay to violate Sebastian's life and put out stuff that should have never been put out. That would have been Sebastian's choice. And of course, put it out wrong. But okay.
An appearance.
Hey, Lucia.
Did he go to that nasty ho-ho's home? I keep wondering, did she chisel the gunk off her toilet? Or did she make you lift the toilet up and I'd like to see what that looks like. Can you imagine going over to that filthy woman's house? No. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. People look harder. People look harder for the pet. And not only that, but Chris actually went out looking for people. Didn't he say it was he did it in an interview? What was it, like Vietnam or no, it wasn't Vietnam. Indonesia, where there was like a major earthquake or something like that, and they sent the Navy to go help, and they actually had to search for people. Did you know Chris was associated with that? He was associated with search of people. Had the best training, the Navy training him how to search for these people.
What exactly does that mean? So what?
And he and Katie, both trained military, probably have better training than the likes of some of those Sumner County sheriffs that are out there. Not to disrespect them, it's just, there's always somebody smarter than you. There's always somebody that has more skill than you. And you know what? At the end of the day, there would have been nobody better for this job than the mother and the stepfather, the military trained mother and the stepfather for the search of their child. And not one time, even when law enforcement failed to bring their son home, did they ever decide to take their education that we the people paid for?
No, you didn't.
It takes us about $500,000 to about $250,000 to $500,000 for each and every one of our Navy men and women to train. We the people train Chris and Katie. And they won't even use that training to go find their son. They mock. They think this is a joke. And we've got an idiot sheriff that likes to play patty cake, have their whole county going out to lunch with these yahoos.
Betty, where do you get these figures that you quote all the time? Because it depends on what your specialty is. What? Okay, sorry. Little again. because it would depend on what your field is that you qualify to get in for too. There's a lot more to it than that, Betty. And now I'm gonna have to look it up because now I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you drive me crazy.
What is going on there? I'm sorry, if I'm running a county or I'm a position, any type of position in a county, I am not going to be associating with anybody involved with a child's disappearance and or death. Kick rocks with that. You are a county person, but it only requires me to answer my phone and answer your question related to the job I have. It doesn't require me to be nice to you. It doesn't require me to go sit down and eat lunch with you.
They don't want you to.
Yet we have county employees and managers of the county in different departments rubbing elbows with these disgusting people that hurt a child. How do I know they hurt a child? It's in the counseling notes. It's in the CPS reports.
It is not. And you don't know nothing about no CPS. Shut up. Again, where's the proof? Where's all these reports? What notes? How come nobody else knows about it?
And you got your county employees breaking bread and rubbing elbows? You've lost your damn mind.
Who's breaking
if I see
bread?
that, see, this is why I have so disdain for the whole community, and I hate painting with a broad brush, because if crap like that was going on in my town, I would be at the Board of County Commissioners meeting.
Oh, honey, it does. This is Florida. Oh, it does. And Betty, you're the town clown. Nobody takes you serious.
Screaming at people. And you guys know I would, because you guys have seen me on the channel, on the Manatee County Board of County Commissioner Government channel, screaming at my politicians.
No, you weren't screaming. No, you're a liar. When you go in there, you change it up. It's when you thought you were big shit with your bullhorn in front of the wrong councilman's house. Threatening to burn it down with your Proud Boy buddies.
You've seen me in action. I'm not speaking from out of my butt. I lead by example.
Betty, they call you out almost every meeting because 98% of the time you're wrong and what you're stating is fact.
If I was in that county and this crap was going on, I would be up there demanding answers. Why in the world are our county employees going out with people that have disappeared a child?
There's no proof or evidence that they disappeared a child or that they're hanging out together.
And they may say something like, well, that's within their rights, you know? Okay, but you damn sure know I'm making it public. We don't have anybody with balls in that county.
Well, if they're hanging out and they're going out in public, then I think they're not hiding anything, right?
I want to see people at the BOCC meetings. I want to see people starting to get into that GOP. It's time to make changes. A girl from Florida can't make those type of changes. Only you folks out there can. And if you're too stupid to see the problem, there's nothing the world can help you with. When shit starts knocking at your door and you wonder how we got here, you know. You know. You were bamboozled.
Okay, so now you're trying to browbeat people into doing what you want by calling them stupid and everything, right? Okay, got it.
Bamboozled by your GOP and the good old boys club. That's what happened. No, I don't play. I don't play with my politicians. I take my responsibility as being a boss very, very, very. It's
a boss. A boss of who? Of what? Getting that job. You don't know company.
Very important to me. When I see families not being able to buy their children shoes, having to have skimpy Christmases while our politicians are robbing us blind and giving themselves their money when they already have millions of dollars and property out the wazoo that they squandered from the American people, it pisses me off. Okay? So I don't have time for a whole lot of politicians' bullshit, if you want to know the truth.
Okay. So the politicians are taking our properties? Okay.
And people that understand me, they work well with me. Because I'm just as a matter of fact as I can be with everybody. This has got to go. But Sumner County sees this. Don't tell me Sumner County ain't watching this shit show. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. And they just keep allowing these people to make a mockery out of their county while sitting here and saying, oh, but it's Betty making a mockery. No, I'm exposing the bullshit. And you know what? Who's making the mockery out of the county? Chris with this shenanigans.
How? How? What he's doing doesn't involve law enforcement. He's not getting arrested or protection orders put against him. He's not doing video after video after video attacking law enforcement and innocent parents. He's not mucking up a case. That's all on you.
And trust me, this 2026, my billboards, my blip boards, oh, they're going to be filled with corruption attacks against this entire county. I can guarantee that. If you want,
so you're not going to put blip boards up till 2026? Why so long? Why are you putting up blip boards? First off, who's going to pay for them? And why are you waiting until 2026?
Want to know who's putting the blip boards up?
Mm-hmm.
It's Bullhorn Betty.
Where are you getting the money?
Okay? It's Bullhorn Betty. That's who's putting those damn blip boards up. I'm going after Mitch. I'm going after Rand Paul. I'm going after Sumner County leadership. Oh, we're going after Kentucky and Tennessee. We're done with the bullcrap. I hit the Midwest in 20. My mom and I thought it was 2015, but that was too new. I started hitting the Midwest in 2018, between 2018 and 2020 for our 2020 elections. Now I'm hitting. I'm going to take 2 states because these 2 states are going to take every bit of my time for the 26 elections. And we're going to be hitting hard, very, very, very hard in both Kentucky and Tennessee. I am not playing with these fools. I'm not playing with them. No, what is a little old girl?
You've never done anything. Stop it. You've never done anything but be a nuisance. You've never got no laws passed. You've never got no laws revealed. You've never done anything.
Love it. I love it. You'll see. You'll see.
You follow Trump around like a little puppy dog. That's what you do.
Boots on the ground in search of his stepson who went missing out of his home? Certainly not.
Certainly he has.
Certainly not.
Wrong.
Making an appearance to clarify.
I will tell you guys are going to love the blip boards for Bill Lee and Marsha Blackburn. Like I told you, even my own people, I'm done. Not in the state of Tennessee. Not in the state of Tennessee.
Betty, you don't have the money nor the financial support to do anything like that, or the support at all. So, yeah, stop it. These empty threats of yours, you think you're intimidating. You're intimidating them with these threats. They don't give 2 shits about Bullhorn Betty.
Clarify the gross errors in the FBI post to let the public know that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, his stepson, who went missing out of his home at the age of 15, not 14. No. He didn't show up to clarify that. He didn't show.
No, so Chris and Katie just don't care if the information is incorrect. You know who cared about whether the information was accurate or not? You guys know? I'll give you guys one guess. You guys got 4 letters to work with. I'll give you guys one guess.
You have no idea what Chris and Katie said, if they said anything to anyone. Because unlike Seth, they're not out here wanting pats on the back from all you people. Or donations. Come on. He's selling merch for his own greedy ass. I'm sorry, but it's true. All right. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. He's selling the merch for his own self.
Sure that everybody knew the information was wrong, but you only have 4 letters to work with. Exactly. He made sure the information was accurate. As a matter of fact, he was a little hurt that the information, like, when I talked to him, you could hear, even though he was trying to be very respectful to the FBI and everything like that, you could hear his disappointment that even that was inaccurate coming from the FBI. He was heartbroken.
Oh my goodness.
He was heartbroken. I'll tell you.
Heartbroken over an age mistake.
They did get it corrected very quickly, but I mean, how does
Most
that make you
likely
feel
a
as a
typing
parent
error.
when you're trying your damnedest to get your case, your son's case? You want to know where you don't care about the case. You don't care about people going to jail. You just want your child back with you.
Oh, vibrator, thank you. I got my first super. Thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate that. Thank you.
He can't get his child back with him. He wants everybody in jail. Okay? It's just that simple. But he's sitting there and he's talking to these people and he thinks that they're hearing him. He's thinking that they hear his message, that they know the details of the case. And you know that I tell you guys all the time, these press releases don't just go from one. I mean, they don't, it's not one person writing it. This is proofread. You got several hands that touch anything, especially with the FBI. And you got critical facts wrong. The date of disappearance, the child's age. It was very heartbreaking. You know, it was very heartbreaking, but I'm very appreciative, even with the typos, that it was all corrected. It is all corrected now. The information is accurate that they've got up on their page, but it did give, you know, it did hurt some feelings, to say the least. I mean, think about it if it was your child. You know, you're desperate. I mean, for F's sake, Seth is out in front of Sumner County with a microphone, wanting them to do their damn job.
No, he was there to bash Katie and Chris.
And you got Dillhole, stepdaddy that likes to beat on a 15-year-old boy, allegedly.
You better say allegedly, because you know that's not
mocking.
true.
Mocking the father that just wants his freaking son.
Wasn't marking
you fucking
the father.
pigs. Good gracious. And and you got to look at it, because chlamydia puts these animals on her little piglet show.
You jealous? You so jealous because you can't get an audience like Clue can. You'll never get an audience like Clue can. You jelly Betty.
Hen House is here. Is Hen House here? That's right. The corruption is on both sides of the aisle. Also, our government, federal government, state government, and county government in every single state. Yes, I'm tired of it. Listen, I'm an actions person. I want results. I don't want excuses. You guys know me. You guys have been watching me for a lot of people are turned off from me when you guys get me. But once you guys get me and you realize what I'm dealing with here, you guys love me, because you know I just don't like it, and I have a voice, and not only do I have a voice, but I put action behind it.
Huh?
I put action behind it. I get in front of decision makers.
You don't get in front of decision makers. Shut up, Betty. You've never been instrumental in anything getting passed. Shut up. You lie. You inflate yourself far more than you're worth.
Makers, because that's how you get crap done. How did I get in front of decision makers? I'm giving you guys all the secrets. I get involved. That's the secret. You want to know how to get to the governor? You want to know how to get to your senators and your House of Representatives?
Betty, because of your actions and the way you behave, you are not taken seriously. You are not looked at as any kind of advocate or activist. You're looked at like a fool. And if they keep an eye on you, it's to see if they should arrest you or not, in my opinion. And this is covered under fair use, by the way.
You got to be in politics.
Hey, mate.
You ain't gonna have these connections unless you're in those rooms. Unless you're in those rooms making the decision with the decision maker. So Sumner County, you guys got to step up. And this goes for anybody in the state of Tennessee that's watching me. Whatever county you're in, plug yourself into whatever. If you're a Democrat, get into the DNC. If you are a Republican, get into the GOP, and start taking ownership of what's going on in your county. Okay, you never know where it's going to lead. Just come from a pure heart and do the right thing for yourself and the people around you. Right? There's no government that's going to that knows what's better for me.
Honey, you don't have a pure heart. Not even close.
That I don't know for myself. As a matter of fact, most of their decisions are an opposite of what mine are. But that's the best way you can help. Because let's face it, we're all here for a common goal, right? And it has to do with crime and our children. Those are the common goals. We need that. We need representation on both sides of the aisle for something like that. So get involved, please, folks. Because I'm sick of watching this crap. And if we actually had some backbone and balls in Sumner County, this right here wouldn't be happening.
Hey, Stella.
Show up to clarify that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers went missing in 2024, not 2025. Oh, no. He even took the time to dress up in a costume for his big jokes.
Disgusting.
Again, it was a prank pulled on a friend. That's all. After everything that you idiots have put Chris and Katie through. And how is this so disgusting and vile, but yet sitting on a panel pretending to jag off isn't? Okay.
But he doesn't have time to put on boots and pull up the big boy pants and go searching.
You guys wonder.
How do you know what they've been doing? You don't. That's just it. You don't. They could ask the same thing as to why the father isn't doing anything. other than going out with a karaoke machine to bash the other parent.
He continues to joke instead of search.
Oh, don't worry. It's in my opinion, too. Jay, it's in my opinion, too. I think you're hitting it out of the ballpark. I think you're absolutely hitting it out of the ballpark. Let's go back 20 seconds or 10 seconds.
But he doesn't have time to put on boots and pull up the big boy pants and go searching, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He continues to joke instead of search, continues to play instead of pray, hide instead of raise awareness, showing no concern at all for the child missing out of their home. He's out living his best life. Well, Sebastian could be in grave danger. He doesn't make appearances when there's ransoms to tell the public how worried he is.
Because it's a joke. That ransom my ass. That was all something cooked up by the Green Team idiots at night and them, in my opinion. Come on, are you serious? The thing is, you nor Bullhorn Betty have any idea what Chris and Katie are doing. Because they don't need to tell you. And they have to live. Like it or not, you have to live. You think after what I'm going through, I want to get up every day? Hell no. But I got 2 littles.
Oh, yeah. Let's not forget about the ransom. Remember, there was a ransom. There was a ransom for Sebastian.
Bull.
At night, private intelligence had to field that ransom.
Bull. I don't buy none of that. But go ahead.
Law enforcement, once again, didn't take it seriously, like much of the other stuff in
Wonder
Sebastian's
why.
case not being taken seriously. These people they have no detective mind whatsoever, in my opinion. Brandon Carter, please come to the principal's office. Brandon Carter. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is not in your office, Mr. Carter. He's just not. And every time you go into that office and sit your little hot butt down in that seat and don't peel it out of that seat, is one more day. Is one more day. Sebastian goes missing on your watch because you refuse to unshackle yourself from your chair and your office seat. We want results. We want somebody to actually come out and say, look, we care for this boy, okay? We're trying to do our job here. Social media is mucking it up, and so we have to be silent. That's a statement, right? Blame it on social media. Whatever you guys do. You always do it all the other times. Why not this time? Just open your mouth. Let us know somebody
I think law enforcement has made it clear that they won't be coming out unless there is something new to report, Betty.
Oh, right? Knock, knock.
And they don't owe you
knock,
shit.
knock. We just want to know somebody's still home in Sumner County. That's all. Shouldn't be that difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult. But I got to tell you, it seems like pulling teeth. It seems like pulling teeth. Let's get back to Jay.
He doesn't make appearances and discuss that there's threats to Sebastian's life and how worried he is. Oh, no.
No, not him.
He doesn't have...
Because why would he? When that stuff came from Nick and home. Why would he? Come on now.
No.
Because he's got jokes.
And vacations. And vacations. Jokes and vacations.
And he's busy making appearances to a YouTube creator's house to play even more jokes.
Interesting.
Revealing his very close relationship by showing up to their home. No.
What's your buddy's going over there to score something? I would never walk into that nasty lady's house. I heard about Chris and Katie. I bet you anything they're over there because everybody that they're associated with there. Look at Crabtree. All of them. Look at Lynn. All of them. They all have sometimes substance abuse problems, whether it's pills, white powdery substances, and a dollar bill, and a use of a straw. And you're so stinking high and stupid, you do it right on camera for everybody to see. That's Stephen Crabtree. Yep. And he lost everything. He lost his home. He lost all that boat, everything. That man has allowed drugs to destroy his ever-loving life, his children's life, his wife's life, and his wife, probably a very beautiful woman, still putting up with his bullcrap. And he's going to keep disappointing her because he's never going to take it seriously. He's never going to take it seriously. We look at, Cletus, mouth is missing teeth. which is a telltale sign of pretty heavy substances. It's like boo-boo, she, you know, chlamydia. Doesn't seem too far behind him. She looks like she might be putting those veneers or whatever on her teeth, but I don't know. It seems like it wouldn't be a house that people that live in $1 million homes would actually go to when you got to chisel literally scum off the toilet. That's disgusting. I don't see anybody living in a $1 million home hanging out with the likes of those people. Oh yeah, you got the F word is automatic block. Be careful what you use in the chat. I may say it on here, but that doesn't mean I allow it in my chat. Just saying, I make the rules. That's how it rolls. So it's just you got the F word is automatic block. Be careful what you use in the chat. I may say it on here, but that doesn't mean I allow it in my chat. Just saying, I make the rules. That's how it rolls. So it's disgusting. So what other purpose would he have to be there? They seem pretty giddy. No? Seemed like maybe everybody was feeling real good. What were they doing? I guarantee Sumner County don't give a shit because they don't care about Sebastian. I can guarantee hashtag Chris Proudfoot doesn't give a shit because he doesn't care about Sebastian. I can tell you hashtag Katie Lynn Proudfoot doesn't care because she doesn't care about Sebastian. The two yahoos that are on there are only exploiting the situation for profit. They don't care about Sebastian. They only care about the money. And obviously, whatever substances that make teeth rot out and make you not clean your own damn toilet. Whatever drug does that, that's probably what they're on. Just saying.
I'm not going to give him attention by playing that for you because that's exactly, indeed, what he wants. He wants us to take the attention off of Sebastian. Is he jealous of Sebastian? I don't know.
I think he's absolutely jealous of Sebastian. Sebastian gets all the attention. He has to have all the stuff. He acts differently. Chris is a wannabe alpha male. You know, I call him a wannabe alpha male, but he's not an alpha male because he beats women. That's a coward and a weak piece of shit. I can guarantee you he'll never lay a hand on me. And with a restraining order, he will never lay a hand on me. I don't care how big he is. I've been around for a long time. time, and I've had men put their hands on me bigger than him. They do it one time. I'll tell you that. And I got the background to prove it. So he's not an alpha. He's a piece of crap, control freak that likes to beat women and clearly hurt kids. Remember, he had stepkids with Nina.
Sorry, guys. I was muted. Sorry. I muted for the little one. Forgot to unmute. How long was I muted? Anyway, sorry about that. Betty. Nah, I have to think for a minute to say what I said. Yeah, she's the one with the huge criminal record. How many arrests does she have that pertain to physical violence? And how many do Chris and Katie have? 0. Go ahead and believe Nina's story. You would, of course. Not downplaying anybody being a victim here, but in my opinion, no. Anyway, I believe it was a volatile relationship between the two, and I do not believe the things Betty stated. And she has no proof of anything. Hey, Crispy.
And I think he's upset.
Hey, Janet.
That Seth was able to bring it home, right?
Bring it home.
And make an honest woman out of Katie. And Chris can't quite do it. Oh, that's right. He doesn't want to. I wonder.
What are you talking about? She was a child when he started talking to her. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Bring it home. Who's married to her? Who's the one who's angry and wanting revenge? Because she left him and divorced his ass, which I can see why. Anyway, okay.
How many more abortions might have been had out of KP?
Ooh.
You know? Because Chris hates kids. She really doesn't care about them. She didn't love her son. You know, how many times have they had, whoops, let me go to the doctor. I'll get it taken care of. How many times?
Wow.
I mean, they've been together 8 years. Unless everything's kind of pulled out or there's a snippy snip, I don't see how that's possible. I wonder.
You ever hear of birth control? Just because you're not smart enough. Well, thank God you were smart enough to use it. Some people shouldn't procreate. But maybe they don't want any other kids. But again, that's none of your business. And what you just said now, that is defamation, Betty. Keep racking it up. Keep racking it up. You have to go get yourself 2 jobs at McDonald's. You have a lot of lawsuit money to pay.
Sure. Maybe that's the reason why he's got no balls. Oh. What was the guy? Dr. Vasectomy? No, well, only when he's in women's underwear. Only when he's in granny panties. Or sorry, Katie's panties, right? Only when he's in...
This, people, is a self-proclaimed advocate right here. Talking like this. This is an advocate.
People try to convince me they're tidy whities. I said I didn't like that answer.
Exactly.
Except for where I'm standing in their women's underwear. That's my choice. I'm sticking to it. I don't care if it's factual. Okay? Well, it's not factual.
Oh, honey, we know that. We know you're a top clickbaiter and outright liar. We know you have no problem spreading misinformation and disinformation.
Betty, I don't care. I don't care. I don't know. I'm not checking. Are you? All right? We just gotta go with what we got, okay? We can see on the outside of the jeans, it look like they're going up straight up the crack of his probably his hairy ass, right?
Why are you worrying about Chris's parts? Why are you checking out his parts, Betty? You sick, man. You sick.
If you guys want to go find out if they're tidy whities or his wife's underwear, you go check. I'm fine from Florida, thank you. I don't need that bomb.
Wow, you sure awful worried about what's down there because you've been talking about it.
If he's going over to chlamydias, you know, which is like a petri dish of just funk. I ain't When you have no problem pulling your innie or your outie out and sitting on that toilet, no sorry. No, thank you. But I do respect Jay for not putting this.
Look, okay. One hand, Clue's beautiful home. On the other hand, Betty's little old rundown shoebox. I'd take Clue's home any day.
Out there. Right? Not playing it. I would have played it, probably. But she's right. All it does is take the focus off Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I don't mind taking a detour to run a bus over, some people's feelings, whatever. I don't mind calling them names. I don't mind making them feel like Dookie. I don't care.
Kind of seems so. Is he concerned about Sebastian?
Nope.
Doesn't seem so.
Nope. Never has
Is he searching for Sebastian?
Nope.
Doesn't appear so. Oh no. He's joking. He's playing.
You know what he's doing? Do you know what he's done? Bet you don't. And what's the green team doing? Besides a bunch of frivolous court shit. What's the green and putting out outright lies and attacking people on social media with lies? What exactly are you doing?
But guess who's going to get the last laugh? Not CP, my friends. It will be Seth Rogers, Sebastian Rogers, and good old Lady Justice.
Okay.
When we get Eric Craddock out of office.
CP.
It has to be a crime committed first or evidence of said crime.
He didn't make an appearance to quickly clarify that he had been caught making false statements, that there was not a dash cam in KP's car the night of February 25th, 2024, when she and Sebastian were driving home from the Texas Roadhouse. Oh no, he didn't do that. He wasn't going to tell anyone what it was, remember? He said there was not a dash cam in the car, but he wasn't going to tell what it was because he loves to play games. He didn't even come out and do that when the FBI threw those words right back at him in their air-ridden post about Sebastian, explaining to everyone.
I'm sure law enforcement preferred they didn't talk about, which Chris repeated numerous times.
One to read that there was indeed a dash cam in the vehicle, Katie's vehicle, discrediting and discounting the Joker. Oh yeah, he's got jokes, but
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what Christopher Proudfoot has lied about. He's lied about the abuse of Sebastian.
No, yeah.
We found out about the abuse of Sebastian from Chris himself on Smiley Stories World, right? They lied about where they were going. They lied about why they were back in Horn Lake, Mississippi. They lied about going to South Carolina. They lied. They lied about his job to Nancy Grace.
No, they didn't.
They lied to the public about the polygraph test. There's no possibility of somebody being on the phone and falling asleep and studying and watching TV and reading a freaking book. I guess that goes with studying. It just doesn't work like that. And now we're hearing the thud is no longer a thud. It's a bang. Like, what? When I hear bang, I think of gun, firearm.
He was asked to describe the sound. Betty, quit twisting everything.
Being discharged. When we hear of a thud, we're thinking of a pop, right?
All repeated lies.
Yeah, the FBI says that Katie heard a loud bang at around 10 p.m. That is much different than when she first said it was a sound. It was a thump. And then by the time she got to Nancy Grace, it was a thud. And now, all this time later, we're finding out through this FBI press release that she told Sumner County and TBI it was a loud bang. So now you hear a loud bang? If I heard a loud bang coming from, I don't even care.
It was a loud noise, period.
Whether I have children or no children, anywhere in a home, I'm going to check it out. Would you guys not go and check it out? I would go check it out. Hey, would you guys all do me a favor while we got 360 people in chat? Would you guys mind going out? Yeah, I got to remember to get better at this, but go out and make sure you hit the like button for me. I would really greatly appreciate it. And if you guys are on the replay crew and watching this, thank you for being here as well. I don't get to say hi to my replay crew too much, but if you guys could do me a solid as well and go out there and hit that like button, maybe share this or put a little comment. What always helps trigger a lot of good stuff with YouTube, even if the people that are out in the bushes, if you guys just want to give like a thumbs up or a little smiley face or a green heart, that would be amazing. That helps keep the chat rate up, which is always good for our algorithm and other things. So I really do. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. I would really, really super appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Exactly. Why not check that out? You are alone with your son. Makes no sense. No, it doesn't. You know what that is? That's if it was really true, which I don't trust anything coming out of
you got 3 likes for me. What the hell are they doing? Going in on 3 different accounts to give Betty thumbs up? Holy cow.
Proudfoot or hashtag Katie Proudfoot's mouth. I don't. Okay? I don't believe a damn thing that comes out of them. As a matter of fact, every time I look at them, I think they're murderers. That's just my opinion. I think they murdered their son. And I know Seth does not agree with me on that. He feels his son's alive and he wants to bring his son home. But I can't change how I feel. I can shut up about it. I can tone it down a little bit. I can, but after 18 months, and then we hear a report from the FBI, like making it solid, like, look, this kid went into the house and never walked out. Like, it's like
that's not what I got out of it.
Any thought past that is like, that's, I mean, it kind of like, it's like they're almost saying, like, they put a target on Katie's back without a doubt. They I don't know if it was for pressure purposes or other type of purposes, but, thank you. Oh, crazy country. We got 5-star. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate it. Hey, Phil, it's nice to see you. Yeah, she heard a bang at midnight, or when she said after. No, she said it was according to the FBI. You know what? Let's not according to. Let's just let me pull this out. Let's just read it again. I mean, just so we're all fresh with what the FBI story, what the FBI statement was.
Oh, the Handles Madness. Welcome to Poolside. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Thank you. What is that noise?
All right, so let's just go ahead and read it. It doesn't take too long. And again, I do want to say this, we're in a very difficult situation. And I know sometimes we don't have an opportunity to tell law enforcement, thank you. Even sometimes when we get a little annoyed or frustrated. And I do want to say this on the record, because I think FBI has really given Seth more hope than he would have had it not been for the FBI. And while I understand that Seth was absolutely crushed with some of the mistakes, and I understand why, he's sensitive. This is his son, he wants to do everything that he can possibly do. But I want to tell the FBI, the Memphis FBI office, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for being here. Even if you can't, your hands are tied because Craddock won't. Corrupt Craddock. That's what we need. Corrupt Craddock. That's his name. Sheriff Corrupt Craddock. Isn't doing, is not handing it over. Thank you. Thank you for making sure the flyers are out. Thank you for printing flyers for Seth when Sumner County refuses to do so.
Are you aware that Chris and Katie were handing out bracelets? Are you aware that Chris and Katie have put out signs and flyers and billboards? Yeah. Okay.
So thank you for giving him a someone to speak to and update photos when he feels the photos need to be updated. And you guys do that.
And with all the money he's raising, he should be able to buy print some flyers up. Come on now.
Sometimes I just feel like good work and people doing the right thing sometimes goes unnoticed. And with the fight we have against, with the state of Tennessee as well as Sumner County right now, it's nice to know that there is somebody on Seth's side. Crappy Craddock. Yeah, that's a good one too. Crappy Craddock. Oh, that's great. That's great. So just, I don't know if FBI will ever in a million years come across this video, but if they do, this is just a big shout out to them, because I truly think that Seth would be a totally different person right now if it wasn't for the FBI. And I know he, when it comes to his son, he's kind of like me. Like we don't care about people's feelings, Mally Cat, thank you, Mally Cat, gifted a Bullhorn Betty membership. Jessica, you got your membership. Don't forget to tell Mally Cat thank you. And welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. So, we have at least somebody, and we're trying to really reach out to all the people that were involved initially, all the people in that community that were there. If you know Miss Bobby or anything, or the people that had those videos from across the road from Chris and Katie, ask them if they would be willing to send that over to the FBI. I really hope that more stuff is starting to go over to the FBI.
I am quite sure that whatever videos Sumner County retrieved, the FBI is aware of them as well.
FBI. I think everybody realizes Sumner County really isn't doing a whole lot. They definitely have had no additional searches for Sebastian Rogers. So that is my first key right there, because what do we say? In when we have silence, what do we look at? We look at law enforcement's behavior. And that usually tells us what, even when they don't even do press conferences or anything, depending on where they are and what they're doing, tells us where they are in the case. They are nowhere in this case. They have not done a single isolated search since this case started.
You don't know that. Sumner County has done plenty, Betty. They don't have the resources or the manpower to search 24/7 for every missing teenager. They just don't. It sucks, but they just don't.
If they had, that shouldn't go to the integrity of the investigation so much so that they can't come to the public and say, we took the weekend and searched an undisclosed targeted area, just for people to know that they're doing something. No, they're not doing anything. As a matter of fact, they're too busy breaking bread and eating lunch with Chris Proudfoot to even give a shit about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. That is exactly why we're going in on February. Let's not forget February 26th. It is the week of February 23rd. I'm going to be out there for an entire week. I'm going there. I'm going to be going in. I'm going to be there from Monday to Friday. There's no reason why, with all of these months we have to get ourselves together, that we do not have at least 200 to 400 people out there with signs and waving at people. We should be able to line up Main Street. We should be able to line up the street that goes Smith Street, West Smith Street, whatever that street is that goes right by the courthouse. We're going to be doing our stuff. Normally I would do it at the courthouse, but we're not having a courthouse issue. We're having a sheriff issue. So it's going to be done right in front of the sheriff's department. I'm getting life-size signs of Chris, Katie, and Sebastian. Those will be magnetic.
Whoa. Why are you getting signs of Chris and Katie? They're not missing. Sebastian's the one missing. So you're setting this all up again because you have POs put against you because you were arrested. This isn't about Sebastian. It's about your ass. And I hope nobody shows up. What happened to the governor's mansion? You decide against that or couldn't get no support?
To my vehicle. Okay, whatever vehicle I'm in, I'm finding magnets and they're being put on my vehicle. They will be taken off my vehicle when I leave and they will be displayed on my vehicle when we're there. We are going to have big, huge signs that says corruption resides here, pointing at Sumner County with our Sheriff Snuggle Struggles face all over it. We are going to have signs that have Sebastian's army with his face on it. We're going to make sure that this entire county, since we can't break through because they have a corrupt mainstream media, we're going to make sure we have a sign that says you can.
Everybody's corrupt. The whole entire police department, the whole entire government, everybody in the press, everybody in Sumner County is corrupt. Anybody that has anything to do with it. Boy, bitch, 200 to 400 people there to yell and holler, but not search. Yeah, okay, good plan. Yeah, they're not going to search. They're not going to pass out flyers. They're going to complain.
Out what's going on by signing into YouTube at Bullhorn Betty. So everybody in the community can now be plugged into Bullhorn Betty and start getting their news because their corrupt media has been lying to them about what's going on and sanitizing everybody's statement. So I have a plan, an I and a T, right? I dot my I's and cross my T. Everything's going to be legit. We follow the law. We put smiles on our faces. We are Sebastian's army. We are here to raise our voice for Sebastian. It's going to be the entire week. If you guys want to come for a couple days, come for a couple days. You want to come for the whole week, come for the whole week. I don't care. I'm a one-man show, right? I can do it all by myself, but I don't want to because we got a lot of great people out there. So I'm going to be leaning on my content creators that are Betty, covering this case.
That's where you're wrong. You don't do it all by yourself. As a matter of fact, you don't act a fool. You don't act like a raving lunatic unless there's people standing around you. I've seen it time and time again with you.
To help rile this up, we're coming from a place of love, but we are coming there with a message to solve this case. And if you can't, hand it over. We want the FBI running this case. We want the U.S. Marshals on this case. We are done with Sumner County. And by God, however we need to accomplish that, if it means applying pressure in the streets, if it means applying pressure to our elected officials like Bill Lee and Marsha Blackburn, we're going to do what it takes to get this case moving again. You want to arrest me? You'll have plenty of time the week of the 23rd to the 26th, and I'm absolutely confident I will not.
Oh, Sumner County, please, I'm begging you. Put on a pair of them silver bracelets on this thing.
Break that law even this time, right? Because I've been arrested in Sumner County for literally driving down the road in my private vehicle with a camera hanging out in a worldwide, at minimum, a national interest piece case as a video journalist.
Okay, you're not a video journalist. It's not a national interest case. And I thought you was arrested for hashtags. Make up your mind.
And I came back to Florida and used hashtags from my home state of Florida, which hashtags are protected under the Constitution as freedom of speech. Hashtag me too. Let's not forget. And I was ripped out of my home, drug up to Tennessee, arrested. I had
You
a judge.
weren't ripped out of your home and drugged to Tennessee. You were in Tennessee doing something else and you got busted. Don't stop lying to people.
And a lion-ass detective. Trust me.
A lying.
You corrupt
detective.
people need to get your shit together and start doing the work of the people in your community. Because people like me, true activists that have balls, that know how to get shit done, I'm coming in. I'll do it lawfully. I'll do it legally. But
honey, there ain't nothing lawfully or legally about you, and you're no activist. You're an idiot. You're a trauma vulture. And you don't know half of what you're talking about. You're no activist.
No mistakes. You keep your damn hands off of me. I don't break the law. I don't break the law.
Yeah, ripped out of her home. She willingly went to Tennessee.
Any officer needs to speak to me or touch me. If you want me to reduce the noise, you ask me politely. You want respect, you show respect. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. I missed an article. We'll have to go back to it. We're on a roll with Sebastian. I can't stop my frustration. Oh man, I missed a lot of my early cases. All right, so now we're back here. We still have some stuff that we need to go over, but it's just other cases and stuff like that. So this was on the Justice for Sebastian Rogers, Sebastian's Army group.
Hello.
And it says, I agree, there's corruption that runs deep in Sumner County. I believe someone perhaps, let me get over to the other screen. Sorry.
I weaned it out today. I made the kids nuggets and fries. Wasn't in the mood to cook. Haven't eaten. Maybe I should do that. What time is it? Yeah, I've been up since 5. Well, 4:30. Yeah, I probably should eat something.
I can see it redder. Perhaps the dirt.
Gumbo does sound good, but I'm not in the mood to make it.
30 feet in socks has dirt on the sheriff's snuggle struggle. Didn't think about that. Possibly. Like something that would break his family or career, like maybe an affair. Just in my opinion. Remember when Sonny Weatherford was sheriff? He paid publicly. He said publicly after the landfill search that they had looked at what they brought. They had to look at what they brought back.
No, they don't.
Then
she willingly went to Tennessee. Oh, a good cheesecake. Oh, now I need to go to the store and get this stuff. Oh, I can't on the vehicle. Fuck. I'll get there.
He mysteriously died. No autopsy, and his wife immediately started bandwagon loudly crowding. Excuse me, on a bandwagon loudly crowing for Craddock. I find that odd. KP has changed her story numerous times. Texas Roadhouse is definite part of this. I believe he was handed off at the BP station, and I believe CP was not in Memphis. I believe he was. I absolutely believe Chris was that night. I do believe he was at Horn Lake or somewhere not in the general area, because based on my timeline, it gives him exactly the almost just a few minutes, give or take, to come from Horn Lake to his house to arrive after they hang up the phone to arrive there at 3 o'clock. I'm sorry, but it just makes sense. The whole timeline works. It gives him about 3 hours and 15 minutes to get home, which is right about 3.5 hours. And I can guarantee you in the middle of the night, the roads are not bustling. You can get a straight shot, could probably do 83 miles.
You're saying that in 3 hours and 15 minutes, he did all that and took care of Sebastian. Yeah, no. I think law enforcement knows where he was. In fact, they have proof of where he was. Doesn't matter what you put together in your little crepid mind. It's not factual, Betty. Nothing about your little theory is factual. And Betty, you got to account for things going wrong. What if you needed gas? What if you see, you can't do that. You're an idiot. You really are. If it was true, law enforcement would have that. And I don't think law enforcement would hesitate to make an arrest, Betty.
an hour, all the way from Horn Lake down to Hendersonville. So
was
I do believe he was maybe not necessarily at home or in the camper or whatever, but I with the timeline, it almost matches up perfectly, even from that to him being able to get in his truck, head back to the
It doesn't.
His job. He wouldn't have had any sleep, but he would have been able to get back to his job in time to make the call to law enforcement. Map it out. From the time we know that they got off just a few minutes shy of midnight, time it out. Take that time, go from Horn Lake to Mississippi. I guarantee it's almost smack dead right at that 3 a.m. time. And then you get it back, you go back the other way, and it's almost dead right before. I think he'll get there about 6:20 or 6:25 in the morning.
But he was already at the job site way before that, so that would have been impossible, Betty.
Call to law enforcement was at 6:33. About 6:20 would have been when he called Seth Rogers. That means he probably had just gotten back before he had used his phone to call.
No, he was already on the job site for like over an hour. You're wrong, Betty. Your timeline is wrong. There's no factual anything in it.
Seth Rogers, right? And so at 6:20, he would have called Seth Rogers. Then he would have at 6:33 made the call to law enforcement in that community. If you do just that simple thing, you will see what I'm seeing. You will see what I'm seeing. So I kind of do believe he was there, but, everybody's entitled to their opinions. And, until we know, we don't really know. There's a lot of great theories out there that could be probable. There's more theories out there that could be possible, if we have aliens and ninjas and stuff like that. But there's a difference between possible and probable. And probable is where we live in these cases. And there are several theories out there, in all fairness, that are probable. And many of you guys have been discussing them in the chat, such as, somebody handing them off, after the Texas Roadhouse. This is what I now believe. This is what I now believe. I actually believe that now that we're hearing some new details, we haven't seen it yet, but I am confident that at night, we're going to get to some of at night's stuff in here in just a second. But based on the newest at night post where they're talking about the stripes and spares, they have the video. That video does not depict Sebastian playing games, according to them. I'm sure they're going to drop it. They need to get approval. They do everything. They have their own, policies and procedures behind. They're an intelligence agents. I know that there's a lot of yahoos.
They are not no freaking intelligence agency. They're not even an agency. They're a Twitter page. Where's their physical business? Where's their physical employees? Where's their payroll? Where's their tax ID number? Where's their tax returns?
Them and stuff, but they are truly an intelligence agency. So
they are
not.
They
have their own strict protocol.
He's a fucking felon on parole. He's not leading no damn intelligence agency. Shut up. Are you stupid? Are you really stupid?
Calls. And it takes a lot of authorization within their chain of command to get some of this stuff released. So you guys got to understand when Sumner County and TBI starts calling
a huge con, both of them. Old fat Doughboy and old Nicky Boy, in my opinion.
People liars, especially an intelligence company that has kept.
They're not an intelligence company. A felon can't run an intelligence company, you dumbarse.
Records, spoke to the Texas Roadhouse owners, employees, and other people, had acquired the entire full video, had also been in the the stripes and spares. What they are describing is that Sebastian didn't look right. There was something not right with him. So I truly believe, based on a couple things, I'm going to walk through it with you so you guys can dive.
AI photo you generated of him sitting there crying, you piece of shit. That was vile, Betty. You are gross and disgusting. And you know what? I never wanted you to lose your channel because I never want to see that happen to anybody. But honestly, I'm starting to really backtrack on that. You're vile and you're disgusting and you're harmful to these cases.
To follow what my mind process. I think that Katie and Sebastian, after they got back from, because we can't be mistaken, there's a bruised thumbprint on Sebastian's head. Okay, again,
they pretended to be authority to get the THR footage. You did catch that, right? She did say that. They're no authority. He's a felon on parole, running a Twitter page.
I don't care what law enforcement says. I work with video photography. I work with lighting all the time. You see, this side is light, this side is dark. Okay, watch this. It's not going to help too much, but I have light only on one side. So I have to turn that light on to balance it out. You guys see that? So it creates a different shadow. You can also tell that my light above me is not over me, just simply because of the wrong side, simply because of this, the shadowing. The shadow goes at an angle. So that tells you that the light is shining here over to the side and not directly on me. Okay. These are things. Girl Mom 2 says in 2024, there was 189 Amber Alerts. 188 were recovered with 1 missing. It's on the Amber Alert website under their statistics for 2024. So basically what Girl Mom is saying is out of 180 children with an Amber Alert, much like Sebastian Wayne.
But a lot of the children don't get Amber Alerts, Betty. Not every child gets an Amber Alert.
Drake Rogers in 2024, his was the only one that was not found. He was the only one not found. That is interesting. Thank you, Girl Mom. I appreciate that.
Exactly. Yeah, SF did post it months ago. I remember that. They actually had Castro representing them, unlike their prior claims, and Lesniak showing up.
But what I think now happened is, they came back from BJ's. We all know that they came back from BJ's, and we never knew how long that they were at the house. I can almost guarantee that I shouldn't say almost guarantee. I believe one of my theories with this new information, I believe that there was an argument or something that happened inside that home. And I think that Katie decided to try to make up for it potentially by, wanting to take Sebastian out to go bowling, to get him, maybe out of whatever that happened inside that home earlier. And because of that, he did not want to be there. He didn't want anything to do with this because him and his mom hadn't been getting along. And from what they're expressing in words, again, I haven't seen this video, it sounds like they came in, they went to the counter, and they abruptly left. It is my understanding that Sebastian did not look very happy, actually looked just the opposite of happy. So obviously he was already in a mood. We noticed this by the Texas Roadhouse when we finally got to see the entire video of the Texas Roadhouse.
No, it was a mom and her son having dinner. What the fuck did you want him to get up and have a party?
Was something odd about Sebastian.
You know nothing about Sebastian. You didn't know Sebastian. You never met him. You know nothing about kids, period.
Frustration, obviously, because she just basically threw the freaking menu at him.
No, she
he's a piece of garbage. Here.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
And they exaggerate and twisted the hell out of that, didn't they? Jesus.
Kind of how it looked like, right?
No.
And then she starts looking around really oddly. She might have been on drugs. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not putting it past these people and substances, especially the likes of the people they're hanging out with and going over to their house where we have to assume that it's riddled with drugs of some sort. I mean, these people don't act right. They look disgusting. Their toilet is disgusting. Yeah, I mean, that tells you a lot of.
And Seth is even, he knows, and he knows we know. He did not want to go live with Seth. And he didn't want to be taken out of school. And it wasn't even written in stone that he was.
About somebody. What's the first thing you go whenever you go to a restaurant? You go to the bathroom to see how clean the bathroom is, right? This woman had freaking gunk literally caked and growing on her toilet, okay?
Oh,
I'm sorry, people that live in $1 million homes or close to $1 million.
Shit. You were lying and twisting it. It was a stained commode from some hard water. That's it. That's all.
Dollar homes don't do that. Hell, I live in $250,000 home and I ain't going over there, okay? And let me tell you, I'm from the streets.
You don't live in a $250,000 home. You're lying through your ass. Your home is not worth that much, Betty. I live here in Florida.
Right? I was raised with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I threw myself on the streets. I threw myself on the streets to party and do all kinds of crazy.
I thought you grew up pouring in the hood. So now you're back to the silver spoon story. Okay, you change it up a lot. Hey, Shauna. Oh, well, thank you for listening.
Stuff in my 20s. And I can tell you, even in my 20s, when I was all messed up, I wouldn't have gone to that lady's
house. It wasn't just your 20s.
I was pretty.
It was your 30s, 40s. It's been your whole life. That's a good pause. That's a good pause. I need that screenshot. That'd be good for the Exploitation Betty superhero face. That would be, I gotta get the screenshot of that. I'm looking for a face to put on the superhero. Exploitation Betty. And so I'll collect a couple and pick the best one. See which one looks best. Oh, this thing always gives me such a hard time about taking a screenshot. Drives me nuts. Oh, finally. Jeez.
Pretty out there. I got to be honest with you.
Excuse me.
There were times my days ran together out there. Okay? I wouldn't go in this lady's house. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. So obviously he's going over there for something, and I don't think it's for the disguise. Just saying. Okay, who knows? Who knows? Maybe he was ultra proud of himself that he was able to think of this joke, right? This joke.
That he was stopping by a friend's house, huh? Guess that just can't happen either, right, Betty?
So here we go. To promote utmost transparency, At Night will release key footage from the bowling alley visit involving Sebastian Rogers and his mother, Katie. This evidence will illustrate why a brief 10-minute stop at the facility hardly justifies the mischaracterization depicted in their press release, which falsely claims the pair enjoyed the evening. Sebastian appeared visibly startled, standing timidly behind his mother throughout. The duo did not bowl at all. They merely approached the front desk and then promptly left. We have heard.
If that's true, maybe Sebastian just wasn't feeling it. You know, he was autistic, and maybe he just wasn't feeling it, so they changed their mind. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen this video.
That they played games. That they played games at the bowling alley. That's what we were told. Not that they bowled, but that he loved video games and they went there too, so he could play video games. We've been. How many people heard that being said from Katie? Raise your hand in the chat if you guys ever heard an interview where Katie says they went and went to the bowling alley and played. I'm pretty sure she said played games because it came from them, and I can't remember what interview it came from.
Exactly, Kenna. Where's the?
Because I remember I kept wondering, you know, did they bowl? And everybody was like, oh, maybe he took the bowling shoes with her. Remember all that Hot Mess Express?
And how chopped up is said footage, and how would they get footage from the bowling alley?
Beginning, I'm like, come on. I don't know. I've been at the bowling alley, and I remember back when I was at the bowling alley and I stepped out for a cigarette. They were following me. Are you leaving? No, I'm not leaving. I'm going to give you your bowling shoes back. Lady, I don't want your damn bowling shoes. I'm just out here to smoke a cigarette, right? So we found out that he played games. Well, we're hearing from At Night. That is not true.
They are such a credible source.
The dynamic wrong finger.
Hey, Th4e.
I don't know what the problem is over there, VA. What are you doing?
There was league competition that day, so no lanes open.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Yeah, of the big happy day. That was a big family gathering that we see no pictures of. Exactly. Yeah. If she was high strung, he would have been stressed out from it. Yeah. Exactly. You know, I mean, we have this. I mean, I heard that there was at least gummies. Okay. At first I thought it was just, you know, the flowery stuff, but now I'm hearing it's the gummy stuff. So they're obviously not opposed to that kind of stuff from what I'm gathering.
Oh my gosh.
But I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they have the motorcycles, they have the alcohol problem, they love going and hanging out the bars.
Who has the alcohol problem? Because Chris doesn't drink, which he has said numerous times. Who has the alcohol problem? You, Betty. I don't know. Does Bio Dad partake a lot? You might want to ask him. But I don't believe there's any abuse of any substances on Chris and Katie's side. Sorry. You're putting out misinformation yet again.
Lifestyle. And it also came with me going in the bathroom and doing stuff off a freaking disgusting toilet bowl, right? The back of the thing, right? We know how those biker bars are. If anybody's been in a biker bar, raise your hand. Right?
It depends on what kind of biker bar you're going into, Betty.
I've been in a lot of them. My bikers love me. I love machine. No, I'm just funny. My biggest thing when I was all out there, I would walk up to the biggest guy in the bar and start crap with him, right? And it was always a joke. Like if you with the biggest guy in the bar, you're good. You're great for the rest of the night. You know, you make the biggest guy in the bar laugh. You good. Like ain't nobody touching you, right? Ain't nobody touching you. I know how to work the bars too. I don't just work the internet. I'm just saying. Like
Betty,
I said,
I don't think you were needed to worry about that. Yeah. He was a good bit heavier then too, but which doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, okay.
Holy half hood. I mean, you can pray with me, but don't play with me. So I apply those things here. I mean, I know in satire.
Kenna, she claims she's going down there for a week to scream and carry on in front of the sheriff's office, to making signs and putting magnets on her car of Chris and Katie, and making signs of Craddock and demanding he be taken out of office.
In part, but we know what goes on inside those establishments, and we know that we're hearing about other substances being in the home. So would the leap really be that far? No, it wouldn't. I think there was more to it than just going over to these hotheads' house for this thing. Normal people don't act like that, okay? I'm sorry, they just don't. So let's go ahead and get kind of dived in here just a little bit. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Oh, is it fitting on the screen? Let me check and see if it fits on the screen. Ah, it fits on the screen. I just need to get my big old head out the way. Hold on, let me move my big old head out the way. There we go. There we go. We got my big old head out the way. We got my big old cranium. Okay. I guess it didn't. Hold on. Let me just scoot it on in just ever. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Okay. I think we can do it that way. So what does it say? It says Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers vanished on February 25, 2024. We all believe he disappeared on the 25th. Okay. Some people believe he disappeared before he got home. Some people believe he was hurt and disappeared after he got home. Some people believe he made it home, but was taken out either through trafficking, one of these programs that come and rip you out of your bed in the middle of the night type of things. Parents made a deal with like Amish communities, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't want to go through all of the possibilities, but people think that he did go home and something happened where he's alive and went somewhere, is basically what I'm saying. So after leaving the Texas Roadhouse in Hendersonville with his mother, he was 15 years old, 5'5", and they said 120 pounds. He was more in line with 110 to 115 pounds, with blonde or brown hair, brown or hazel eyes, wearing all black, which is another weird factor in this whole situation. They put him in all black so they could try to say, oh, well, it's probably because he was in all black, you couldn't pick him up on the security camera. They screwed up a little bit, and I see where they screwed up, and I'm not hearing law enforcement attacking those areas, and that's what has me ultra concerned. And square frame glasses. He has high functioning autism and a rare chromosomal syndrome, conditions that may complicate but do not prevent his ability to find his way home, which is counter opposite of what his mother and father tried to convince the world at the beginning of this case. Why?
Yeah, that did piss me off. About that whole stereotype in the bikers pissed me off. You know, a lot of the bikers I know are lawyers, police officers, business professionals. They're not doing substances in some hole in the wall on the back of a dirty toy, you know? That just tells you the kind of people Betty surrounded herself with, in my opinion, by her own words. Now, she knows nothing about Sebastian. And why are we reading this yet for the 150,000th time?
An easy child. You don't need to solve the case. Just be truthful. Your identity stays protected. Your tip could bring Sebastian home. If you have any questions, please contact. We're not giving Sumner County's number out.
This is the fake. This is by @Fakers Media. Because there's not a $500,000 reward.
Being the FBI number. Can somebody please give me the FBI number
exactly,
in the chat?
Bama.
We will put it up on the channel in just a second. We got to wait about 20 seconds because that's about the lag on this channel. I noticed that when I was singing Whack a Troll, there's even lag.
It just speaks volumes about the kind of people she hung around with. I mean, she hung around with the nastiest of the group of the Proud Boys on the motorcycles. They hung out in those kind of bars. That's the kind of people they were. That's what she's used to. She's not used to just everyday people. You know what I mean? She like the darker side, the criminal side, I guess you can say. Because that's what they call us all, the dark side, right? Because it's supposedly everybody's criminals. But what does she surround herself with?
From the time that I speak to the time that you guys hear me, because I'm singing with it and it's just off, just a hair. I need to be off, like it needs to play for a second or two and then I can start singing. Sebastian needs the U.S. mark. I'm surprised that this law enforcement body would not use every resource at their disposal. There it is. Thank you, Sonia. Oh, to report corruption in the Sebastian Rogers case. We're not going to report corruption, but we are going to report any type of information that we come across for Sebastian's case. And if you do have any evidence of corruption in Senator, I've got evidence of corruption. I've got a detective that has now retired lying on an affidavit, and I can absolutely prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt. I can absolutely prove that Sumner County detectives will and are willing to lie on affidavits. I cannot tell you how disgusted that makes me feel, that anybody that wears a badge would, like, I got a great relationship with my sheriff. I'm not going to get into it. I can't. I'm just going to say, if you have any stuff, please reach out to FBI. I don't want this. I'm sorry. I don't care about Sumner County. Sumner County is shit all over this case. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I can tell you from where I'm sitting, everything is piecemeal here. And when I hear all these officers out in freaking Tennessee that, have been watching this from the sideline and actually bought into Katie and Chris's BS, it tells me that there's a huge, huge, huge training issue in Tennessee. Huge training issue. Huge, huge, huge training issue. Thank you, Pebbles. Just saying. Just saying. All right, guys. This is all the stuff I was supposed to play for you guys at the beginning. I'm sorry. This is funny, and I'm playing it, okay? And if you don't like it, I think everybody will like it because it really is kind of funny. If you guys don't know who this guy is, this is Grady Judd, okay? He is from my beautiful state of Florida, and he is a we take no BS sheriff, okay? He is America's sheriff. I am very blessed to have such amazing and great sheriffs in the state of Florida, okay? I'm not dealing with the state of Tennessee and the state of Florida, okay? Why? Because if this shit was going on in my state of Florida, I would be all over the state. I do not, I'm telling you, you guys have got to get involved if you want to make a difference. There's a reason why I sit up here. There's a reason why people, they don't really want to, they want to help me. They don't want to make an enemy out of me, okay? Because I do a lot of stuff around the state of Florida with a lot of different organizations. And people. But I've got to tell you, at some point, we need to start turning Tennessee into Florida. But this is Canada, okay? For all my Canadian family, I'm sorry for poking fun on you, okay? I didn't do it, all right? But I can't help it because this is just good. And I feel sorry for you, my Canadian family. I feel sorry that your people are telling you just to allow yourself to be robbed, raped, and murdered, okay? I'm so sorry that that's what your government is telling you. Our government here in Florida, you'll find out, speaks very, very differently than the people in Canada, okay? Just saying.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones.
Criminals, we're going to take their criminal conduct into the neighborhoods. I would tell them, if you value your life, you probably shouldn't do that in Polk County, because the people of Polk County like guns. They have guns. I encourage them to own guns, and they're going to be in their homes tonight with their guns loaded. And if you try to break into their homes to steal, to set fires, I'm highly recommending they blow you back out of the house with their guns.
Okay. I'm just saying, okay? We ain't the same, okay? This is the state I'm from, okay? We just don't take the bull crap, okay? I don't think any of us do. Like, once upon a time, we used to, like, New Yorkers. I know I got some New Yorkers in here, and you guys are gonna agree with me. Well, some of you might want to smack me, but most of you guys are gonna agree with me, okay? Back in the day, New Yorkers used to be freaking rude as shit, okay? New Yorkers, they're just rude, okay? I think New York, in that respect, has rubbed off on a lot of Floridians, okay? Like, I think a little too much, and even though it might be the New Yorkers that taught us that, I'm pretty sure we use it more toward New Yorkers than anything else. I love you, New Yorkers, okay? But I remember when we were growing up, it's like, oh, they're from New York, they're rude, because we're from country, we're from a small town. I mean, my small town's not really a small town, 40 years later, but back when we were growing up, you always knew the New Yorkers, and not necessarily from their accent. You knew them from their attitude, okay? You knew them from their attitude. So, anyways, long story short, I think that's just the way Florida is anymore, right? We're just like, you know what? You can do what you want, but you want to come around here, monkey effing around, still playing stupid games. Us Floridians are going to give you, look at my New York accent, us Floridians, we're going to give you those stupid prizes, okay? All right, cupcake? Right. So, Ellie needs to stop taking the parents' word that the kid walked out. We see it time and time again, and they didn't walk out. But, we do see it. But in all fairness, Serenity, just like...
or mine. Hey, Jazz. Has she fucking... I told you... I've been telling you guys for like over a week now. Betty's done lost it. she has done lost her mind.
What girl mom just posted. We had in Tennessee for the 2024 statistics, 189 children missing. 188 of those were recovered. So in all fairness, some of those kids truly walked out of their home and were truly brought back to their home. So I don't think it's like right at the very beginning, anybody just automatically, unless there's just major red flags, like somebody saying my child walked off, and you can see high velocity, blood spatter on the wall behind them making the report. I mean, outside of something like that, you're not going to. I don't think any officer goes in there thinking a parent would hurt. I certainly wouldn't, and I wouldn't want my law enforcement to automatically assume that about anyone. But I think once you know something isn't right, then it's like, okay, a different strategy needs to go in. We need to start playing these people smartly. We need them to get these waivers signed, and it's very, very important that even at the missing child stage, when everybody thinks they're missing, when everybody's body language is showing they believe this child's missing, that's when you need to be getting your releases signed. That's when you need to start getting your stuff signed to go in the house, to search the house, to pull their phones, to get their car information, to come in there.
Betty, they can't do that. With every oh
do some forensics just in case. I understand the house was locked up, but we don't know how long a person could have been watching your house. We don't know what time, who a person could be. We know you believe he walked out, but there is a possibility where somebody could have come into your house and got him out, and we just want to make sure that we're covering all our bases here. Please sign here, 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 and here, right? Get those releases up front signed, so when the case turns, boom, you're in, or you do it as part of the missing person, as a normal process and a normal procedure like we do here in the state of Florida, where this is so normal. This is the process that happens. Nobody questions it, right? You go in, you get your releases signed, you start immediately turning the house into a crime scene, or the area in which they were last observed, but that you can confirm where they were last observed, that needs to be turned into a crime scene. This is second nature for Florida, okay? It's standard operating procedure, SOP, okay? Standard operating procedure. And that's where the state of Tennessee, in my opinion, needs to go with all of this, is make that a standard operating procedure. They need to get in those houses. They need to get in those houses quicker. And the best way to do it is get those releases signed at the missing person stage. Then you could kind of, work your way. This is interesting. This is also from Lauren from Facebook. Have high regard for this person. I've never met her before. At least I don't think.
She's losing her ever-loving mind. Okay, sorry, another one.
I have, and she really captures. She hones in on the details that matter. It's not a whole lot of fluff. She hears stuff in interviews. She always goes back, throughout the case. We're finding out, she really reviews this case. She stops and re-reviews it. She does kind of like what we do. We haven't stopped and went back from the beginning of the case and started working our way back. And I actually think maybe we may actually want to work our way forward. You know what I'm saying? Like start at the new.
Hey, everybody, I'm just going to remind you, since I don't have BJ doing it, please do all that YouTube stuff, the thumbs up, the sub up, the share out. And we have channel memberships. You can be a misfit like the rest of us.
Stuff. So we can keep that in our short-term memory while we start looking at the stuff, going, we're always go from the beginning back to the end. I think we need to go from, you never know what's going to pop up. If we go from the back to the front, we might see or hear something different. Something might resonate. We need to mix some stuff up here. But this right here is from Lauren from Facebook. We've concluded that this has no evidentiary value, Craddock says. Can you tell me what it is? Absolutely not, because we're still investigating, he says. I know, I just told you definitively that it's nothing, but actually we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. Actually, sure, it could play a role later on. Like, what the hell kind of answer is this? And she makes a valid point.
That's a truthful answer. At the time, they didn't know if it would ever provide any evidentiary value. But it hadn't at that time, Betty. And from my understanding, it hasn't yet at all.
Wait, because what in the AF?
What in the AF?
Let's listen to it.
Okay. No evidentiary value? It is of no evidence.
Thank you for the $5 PayPal. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, God. See, I got 2 goals and I didn't even set a goal. I forget.
Evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No,
Why?
because the investigation remains ongoing.
And so it could play a role down the road depending on developments?
We don't know what we don't know.
Oh, but I thought it was just a reflection. I thought it was a garbage truck.
No, listen to his words. We don't know what we don't know. That means, Betty, listen to it. It doesn't have any value at that time. And it may not ever have any value. And my understanding is it has not provided any value.
I thought it was a reflection off the lights. If they want to keep playing these games, they can. But at the end of the day, you are not going to have that kind of movement at that night without some type of light source moving. It's just common sense. You're not going to get shadows moving unless there's something flipping moving. And if you're saying it's a reflection moving, where's the reflection coming from? And explain this. If it's just a reflection from some unknown headlights, why is it triggering the motion detector across the street? I have never heard of a glare coming from a vehicle being able to set off a motion detector, ever. And let me tell you, this is another bombshell. I used to do electrical work.
Oh, here we go. Now she's an electrician again, too. We've heard this story before. She actually didn't do the work. She was just a pain in the ass. But anyway, she thinks she's a jack of all trades, master at none. Betty, shut up. You can go on and on and on all you want about this lights video, as you call it. It has been everything that has been put out by that mob thing. Boy, he's such a whiny little pissant, isn't he? What a whiny man. He's a very whiny man. And often wrong and debunked. Everything you guys have been doing and tried to pull has been debunked over and over and over again. Stop spreading misinformation. Stop it. Seth, come on, dude. It's been 18 months. Don't you think you should change it up, maybe? Come on. The shit that has happened, is that really what you're about? Is that really who you are? You want all that attached to your son? I think you've had some of the wrong people surrounding you in your ear, dude. Come on, man, at least put a muzzle on this thing.
Been riding on my dad's truck since I was 2 years old. You know what? I knew how to say pliers before I knew how to say mommy and daddy. I knew how to say Phillips screwdriver, channel locks, dikes. If you don't know what dikes are, they're little cutters. I'm not calling anybody a dike. It's the name of the tool, right? And then after that, the only thing I do not know how to balance out is a panel box, because that's the only thing my father would not show me how to do, because he said that's the one thing that could kill me. So every single thing else, from pulling wire, from running industrial, commercial to residential, yes. I will not be a POS like hashtag Katie Proudfoot, but I guarantee you, with my years of service behind wires, I could probably run laps.
Oh, I doubt all that, Betty. You spent how many years on your street life, as you call it, partaking in all your substances and alcohol, getting arrested, even getting arrested for allegedly harming your family members, according to your arrest reports. I don't know. I think you was kind of busy on the other side of the tracks.
Around.
Because, you from the hood, but then you turn around and say, well, I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth and I walked away from it all. Which is it?
Miss MMA fighting mom when it comes to electrical. That's how long I've been in it. I've been in electrical. I know more about electrical than I do with my college education in AA and paralegal studies.
Betty, shut up. You didn't go to know. Shut up. You did a certificate program at an unaccredited school. It was a certificate program. You didn't do major 4-year or 6-year studies in law. Stop it. You try to make everything, man. You really are that miserable and unhappy with yourself that you have to so overly inflate your whole entire life, and you take parts of your mother's job as a secretary to a judge and try to turn it into your stories. You all of a sudden, after your other family member became a news anchor, decided you was a reporter too. Stop it, Betty. You're a clown with a YouTube and a TikTok. That's it. That's all. You're not the media. You're not even the sub-media. Jeez. You are a tragedy pimp. You are an exploiter. Point blank, simple, period.
I wired my whole kitchen. It had 2 plugs in it. I got plugs everywhere. The only place I have not touched is here in my office, which I might break into the walls this year or next year. Who knows? Who knows?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Back that up. Because the other night, and ever since, all she's been talking about how she's moving to Tennessee. Now back it up. I told you Betty's all talk. She thinks threatening these people with I'm coming there and I'm going to do this or do that is going to benefit her. That they're going to do what she wants because she's threatening them. Oh, thank you for the cash out. Hatter's Madness. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wow, thank you.
My office, which I might break into the walls this year or next year. Who knows?
This year or next year. But I thought you was getting ready to move to Sumner County. Thought you was going down there and you taking over the politics. You taking over the sheriff's office. You taking over the county. Isn't that what you said? You saving the world. You know, Exploitation Betty, the newest, the greenest superhero of all. Nope. Where's the other ones? These aren't the ones that were supposed. Okay.
I'm sorry. We're not going there because there's no way a glare or a shadow, an inanimate, nothing, no object there. There's no object there. They're basically saying it's a glare, it's a shadow, it's a plane, it's a whatever, right? That'll be the next thing. A plane overhead was flying.
It's a plane. It's a bird. No, it's the green superhero, Exploitation Betty, to the rescue. She's saving the world.
Flying over the Proudfoot's home at 3:10, and the lights from 20,000 miles up in the air, 20,000 feet up in the air, managed to give a reflection to a headlight on a car that made it move across the street to it's a UFO. There it is. That's where Sebastian went. It was the aliens. It was the blessed aliens.
So yes, it could play a role.
So many are, of course,
Could play a role.
closely following this. No evidentiary value?
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No,
Why?
because the investigation remains ongoing.
Nah, the same boilerplate information. I'm sorry, but if he can't tell you what it is, he won't come out and tell you straight up what those lights are. He'd rather lie than just say, we can't discuss it. It goes to the integrity of the investigation, like everybody else. He wants to mislead the public, which what does it do? This is why competent law enforcement, don't lie to the public. Because once you lie to the public, they will never trust you again. And I can tell you, I will never trust Eric Craddock again. But I also want to make sure by the time I leave his community, that his community is safe. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have to read this. Hold on. I think I'm allowed to release those, but I can't remember if I'm allowed to release those or not. So shoot.
My Lord.
I took them off because I just realized that I might not be able to release those. I'll have to go back and look if I can release this. I'm going to play this while I go back and look to see if I can release those reports.
What I just found could be the perfect
exchange.
I know. Look at this. Look at. Do you see the hoodie person walking? Okay. Hoodie person is going to walk. Keep an eye on hoodie person. You will see they go behind the bushes. Watch.
I think I am allowed to release them for some reason, but I just can't. I can't be 100%.
Right here. There they are. Look at the look at the lights flashing to the left here in a second. Because you don't know where to go, or she don't know where to go. Look. They quickly turn off. Now pay attention. After the two white
Okay,
cars
I
flash
can.
by, there goes the second one. Now, I believe here comes Sebastian. Allegedly. Keep a close eye. Right there.
I don't see it.
There he is.
Oh, they're saying this for a different angle?
And now I believe he got into a car.
They're saying that they believe that Sebastian's over here and got into a car over here. I don't know. I watched him load up into the car and at least be removed from the parking lot. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but this is, if you guys would
load up in the car and at least leave the parking lot. They did leave and they did go home. This hoodie person has nothing to do with them. All of this has been debunked. Why are you still harping on this and showing this?
like to look at it and see it. This might be, I don't know what
They
this is.
won't
Is it a
stop.
different angle?
Even Spanky even told him to knock it off. Oh, I love you too, but oh, I love you too. You use Daddy's bath gel, huh? Yeah, you smell like it. Aw. Sorry, guys. That was my little... I tried to mute it. Oh. He's using Daddy's shower gel every night so he can smell like him. He's only 7. My heart breaks for him.
Let me just throw it in the chat real quick. Hold on, let me find the chat. There it is. Oh, Gwen, thank you for legal fees for Bullhorn. Don't need to put up the. I'm sorry, I did that. It's already on the screen when you did it. Sorry, I didn't mean to. If you said. Anyways, thank you so much, Lovebug. I appreciate it. Green hoodie and background walking. Yeah, that might be it. That's what I think it is because I know that they've been looking at this. Hey, Tina, Seth can't release CPS reports. No, he. I think. I know for a fact that there are some issues with him being able to release those CPS reports. I know a lot of people, including myself, wants to get my hands on these reports. Okay, I do. I want to review them at length. I want to, analyze them, analyze them as much as possible.
I hope if he puts out any of the reports, and again, I don't believe that they are what people have been led to believe, but I hope if he does put them out, that there's consequences for that.
And he just, when he got him and Michaela stole them from his phone and then started disseminating them, that is the reason why the first round of those cease and desist letters went out, because they had stolen something that he was required to keep confidentially. And it was done by somebody he trusted, that he thought had his best interest at heart, and they didn't. They just wanted to break a story, do a case, whatever the case may be. And that's why those first rounds went out. I know that there was a lot of controversy on social media about them. People were lying about the purpose of them. It wasn't to shut people up about Sebastian. It was to stop the misinformation and the release of those documents to the public. Anybody that would have released those would have had some legal, from my understanding, legal consequences to deal with out of Sumner County. So at the end of the day, the little bit that Seth has discussed in those reports is that Chris the house was visited at a minimum of five different times. 5 different cases appear to have been open, and I believe the 6th. It's either the 5th is active open from his missing person, or there's a 6th active and open one. Hey, Linda, from the disappearance. There's an active CPS case open currently, and it's related to the disappearance. But 5 prior reports, 14 months before Sebastian disappeared from that home. Remember that, before he disappeared from that home. Many people believe that something happened after the Texas Roadhouse, but we do have the FBI saying that they have him on camera getting home, and it was the dash cam. So we did have something confirmed. The other ones, they made sure that they notated that those were the statements of whatever law enforcement made those statements. This is to remind you guys, we're going to be wrapping up the show at this point. Jennifer Coffindaffer is also running her show. She is going to be starting in 26 minutes. I need to eat, but I will be listening to her show. But I hope everybody goes over and supports Jennifer revisiting some of this stuff. I love her perspective, and she gives us her experience. It doesn't mean that just because she says it, it's happening or it's going to happen this way. She's just telling you what her understanding of, a job she worked at and retired from. She is a retired FBI agent. Okay, she's
Like
going
I said,
to.
I have questions on why law enforcement was at his home. And Betty and Spanky have claimed that there was bruises on his neck, which the pictures Betty used of Spanky's, yeah, I didn't see what they claimed they seen. But you never know. Was it a result of what went on over there that weekend? I don't know.
To give us a little insight on how FBI runs their show. So get over there, check that out. And we do have, and this is what brought up the movement of that triggered the motion detector across the street from the home. This right here is the problem we have in this new assessment that Sumner County wants us to believe, and thinking that those were lights coming, reflections from headlights coming across the yard. We all know that there's no possibility of that. I know that without a fact. I don't need law enforcement telling you.
No, you
use
don't.
a camera.
No, you don't. And Betty, you're not Betty. You suck at technology. You make it clear all the time. We witness it all the time.
Every single day. We put together awesome documentaries. You guys have seen the work that Chronicles of Olivia has done, right? We know angles, we know lighting, we know reflection.
Yeah, she may know, you don't. That's who did it for you.
Something that we do every single day in our business. And so nobody's going to convince me that that is a reflection from some headlight, period. And to support my position is this right here. And this right here shows something triggered the motion detector. So if no one was behind those lights that were coming to a car parked on the side of the road, what in the world would have triggered the motion detector? Because I can tell you, in my knowledge of electric, I have never known a glare off someone's headlight or taillight ever triggering a motion detector light. All right? And if somebody would like to...
I don't believe that there's 5 CPS reports. I believe what Chris said. Because, I don't know how to explain this. I actually listen to the words somebody uses. And sometimes I watch their reactions, if you can see who they are, And Chris has been very shielded as far as, well, maybe not shielded, but particular on certain things that he would talk about because he listened to law enforcement. He took their advice. And there was just things that, he would say, as I can, I will tell you more or release more details. That's what they have twisted up and said he was lying about. But that's why they twist things up and say he's lying. He changes his story. No. He was releasing what he could at that time. And he said he would say more when he could. And when he could, he did. But as a result of that, he's twisted it up. He's lying. He's changed the story. No. The foundation of their story has not changed. And there's just no proof that they did anything. And I'm not about to attack them and call them the vile, nasty things these hags have. They don't deserve that. Their son is missing. And I've seen and heard, you can't mistake hurt in someone's voice. And I've heard that. I've saw the hurt and the brokenness on Katie's face. And you can have your feelings about what you think about Chris all you want and Katie. But one thing you can't deny is they both love that boy. And they both were hurting. That was evident. Like him or not, it is what it is. That was evident. in my opinion. I haven't seen them attack the other parent. I have seen Chris bark back after being just shredded on the YouTube streets. Did I like the way he worded some things? No. I'm not him, though. After what's been done to him and his family, he's allowed to be in his feelings. Who are we to tell him he's not? After months and months of it, you have enough. You just have enough. These people, instead of being able to concentrate on finding their missing son, they've had to go through the courts because of you, Exploitation Betty. Because of you. Because of people like you and the hate you incite with your lies and misinformation, disinformation, whatever you want to call it. It's all lies. Like you said, it's in your mind. Only in your mind. It wasn't even safe for her to be in her own home. And I believe that. I wouldn't have wanted to stay there alone. Nope. Them people are stalked and harassed like no other. They, for criminy sakes, they can't even go to church without somebody snapping pictures or a video. I'm going to tell you what, bitch. If that had been my minor child that you posted a picture of, Betty, now that I will go after your channel for. That I will. I would have definitely. And not, I would have wanted you struck for that. You should never put no one's minor child that you do not have permission to use. And I don't think you should do it regardless. Involving the crap that you put it on with. Nope. And I am not a big proponent of going after people's channels. You know that. I say it all the time. However, there are exceptions to the rule. And if that would have been my child she posted, nope.
Prove me wrong? Hey, you know what? I might be wrong. I was just on, having a conversation with Gypsy. I don't think not the Gypsy in here. And, I was listening to news. She said, something, and I said, that's not.
That's exactly what she said to Autumn. She sure did. In the beginning, she sure did. And how Seth came through and made it honest woman of her. Yeah. She was a child when he was making whatever. She was underage. And if you do, Betty claims she's so good at timelines. And that's how she can prove her timeline is the solid factual proof. Not law enforcement's, hers. 4 months later. Hey, Tim C. Oh, Betty. But you can't put the timeline straight of when Seth was talking to Katie. She was underage. And if they claim the other pregnancies, the timelines don't add up, Betty. They don't add up. But see, that would be too much because then you'd have to admit that. And you're never going to admit that. But you go on and keep calling Chris the monster. I don't believe any of the parents did what they did to each other. But there's no reason for what's been going on. It's gross and disgusting. You can't attack one for pulling a prank on a friend when you got another parent doing that or worse on panels. Come on now. All, if it's wrong for one, it's wrong for all across the board. But people live, Betty. You have to go on every fucking day. Every day. You don't want to.
What I understood, and so I went and checked it out, and she was partially right. I was thinking she was absolutely wrong about this. So I went and looked into it. So I could be wrong, right? But like Gypsy, she brought me receipts. So I want to say I've never seen a glare trigger a motion detector before. But if I'm wrong, please send me your receipts. You can send those to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I want you guys to be able to take a break, refresh yourself, get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink, and then head over to Jennifer's channel to see what she has to say. We're not done with this case. We haven't been done with this case for 18 months. I know there were some cases that we needed to kind of just segue and take care of, but our commitment to Sebastian and this case has not stopped. As a matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that we are doing is now we're bypassing Sumner County. I'm going to be doing my blip boards. I'm going to be taking back, I'm going to be exposing the mismanagement, the lies, and this is not just in Sumner County. I'm tired of Tennessee and I'm tired of Kentucky. They're causing me heartburn politically, and I'm done. Right? The reason why I decided to add Tennessee to my my vote this year is because I'm going to be working right there in Kentucky because I can't stand Rand Paul, Mitch McConnell. I can't stand none of them. They're all problems in Tennessee. So I've got to do something in Tennessee, and I've got to bring people together and get people motivated and keep people moving. And
Wait. So now you're, Betty, if you're getting ready, you said, in the next year or so, you're going to be ripping out a wall for wiring and stuff at a house that you're claiming you're selling so you can relocate to Sumner County and take over and get things done your way. Yeah, you're lying. You're lying.
Start working on this. Once I start moving in, we start hitting pay dirt around year 4. So we're moving
in. Sorry, everybody.
We're going to be setting up those small groups.
I'm sorry. I'm really trying. It's still so fresh. And because of everything else I have to deal with, I think that's part of it. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So we're going to be, once I get these things set up, it's like a rotisserie chicken. Set it and forget it, right? That's how I do these small groups. I go into communities, I get them up and running, and then they empower themselves after that, and it's a beautiful thing. So we're going to keep working on that front because we need law and order. At the end of the day, the reason why I'm in Sumner County is because I see corruption. They subjected me to that corruption, and that's one thing I will not stand in this country. I will not stand it from any politician. I will not stand it from our law enforcement, and I damn sure will not stand it happening to me when I used to break the law, and I know damn good and well I don't break the law now, and I will never break the law because I'm not going to be the same as the people that I cover on this channel. I'm done with this nonsense. I'm done with the violence in this country. I'm done. Done with parents hiding bodies of their children to escape responsibility, and I'm done with incompetent law enforcement across this country. That's what I'm tired of.
I'm sorry, Hope.
And whatever I can do to change that, by God, that's what I'm going to do. And I hope by my efforts, it inspires some of you to take responsibility for your communities and do the exact same. I didn't get like this.
Sorry. I didn't mean to upset everybody. I'm sorry. I should be able. Okay. Okay, sorry, my little one is trying on 9 different outfits for school in the morning because it's a rule. We have to get the clothes out the night before. Trust me, a lot of times she changes her mind in the morning, but it's not as long and much of a headache if she already has a couple. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Overnight, okay? I used to be a timid little girl that didn't know how to use my mouth, But boy, when I found my voice, it became powerful. And I will never relinquish that. I will never relinquish that. I now know how to handle my business in a whole lot of different arenas. I can tell you the way I handle my business here on YouTube and how I handle my business out in public are two totally different mannerisms. Two totally.
Yeah, Sheila, but I can't even really even begin to do that because of. Yeah. And oh my God, getting a hold of Social Security is a freaking nightmare. And they can't even get to me until the end of October. I have a date and time. I just don't want to say it. So, yeah. You can apply for survivor benefits online. So, yeah, anyway. And no, his employer is not cooperating at all, still fighting, and I'm gonna have a hell of a fight on my hands, apparently. I just don't know if this little old me can beat a big company that has federal contracts. I don't know.
Different mannerisms. But I do come from a place of strength, and I always do the right thing. That's why I'm able to get my stuff pushed through, because usually when I push stuff through, it has squat to do with me and has everything to do with everybody else. That's why I'm so effective. I never try to promote or encourage anything that's going to, because nothing really affects me. I mean, I don't have the same issues everybody else has, right? I don't have mortgage payments. I don't have, I don't have huge families that I got to try to clothe and stuff like that.
Trying to pull it together. I've been looking into some things. I just had a lot of paperwork to do, and and I actually was surprised that any of the lawyers said yes, because I got several no's as soon as they found out who the company was. They were like, nah, I'm not gonna mess with that. Not worth it for me, because it's not big huge money, but it's enough for me to do what I need to do for a while until things get all worked. Anyway, it don't matter. Let's get back to Betty.
I don't deal with family problems like my audience deals with them, right? When you guys are broke, bent, and busted, it affects more than just you. When I'm broke, bent, and busted, it only affects me, right? So what I'm trying to do, I'm with you all the way. He's got to go. He's got to go. He says he's not going to run again, but I've heard it so many times that I just want to make sure that there's not an option for him. I want to make sure that he just moves on right on into his retirement like a good little boy. We got to get out the old. Okay, guys, we've had people that's been here for 46 years, 36. We're done with these old timers. Okay, no offense, but there's no way that people that are 60, 70, 80, and 90 understand what the majority of Americans are dealing with. I'm sorry, they're out of touch. They're out of touch. Do better, guys. Do better. I'm going to do better as well. All right. Love you guys. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe. But more importantly.
Okay. So, look, in my opinion, and I've been reviewing Betty for over 2 years. What Betty is trying to do is she's trying to manipulate and intimidate these politicians and law enforcement. Betty's not selling her home. Betty's home isn't worth $250,000. But she's not selling her home and moving to Sumner County, Tennessee. I don't know why she thinks that she is so intimidating and can actually make a sheriff leave his job, his position, or a governor for a state she doesn't even reside in or have a vote in. Notice how quick she canceled, well, not even canceled, she just totally quit talking about it. Okay, outfit number 6. Okay. She did similar when claiming Craddock got a raise just because they had their monthly or quarterly budget meeting. Yeah, well, he asked for one. He actually didn't get it. But yeah, and that's standard in any budget meeting. They always ask for more money. I mean, hey, Queen Bee. Yeah, Betty is beyond mild. It's standard. It's in her own backyard. Everything that she's saying is going on down there happens right in her own backyard, but she won't dare discuss it. All right. She's gonna continue escalating because Betty's jealous. Betty's not getting no attention. Okay, my little tiny channel. She don't even probably even know I go live about her. But she has been getting worse and worse and worse. She's getting ready to blow. And I'm going to be there for it. Oh, yes. But I won't live stream Betty because Betty will strike. She's a striking fool. She needs a good dose of reality. Yeah. I don't even think that would... Betty's done lost her mind on all this. This is the worst I've ever seen Betty. Where she blatantly went after a judge. And she wanted to do the governor's mansion. You notice she shut up about that after a couple weeks because nobody was on board for it. Nobody was going to do the picketing in front of the governor's home. So now she's changed it. Now, instead of 100 to 200 people, she wants 200 to 400 people to show up at Sumner County Sheriff's Office and protest with her. And she's going to carry on. She's made it clear. She's going to have her bullhorn. But see, if nobody shows up, Betty won't act like that. She'll only act a fool and act like a raving lunatic when there's people around her. Watch the other footages with her with the Wells or Quentin Simon. You'll see. And Betty is not. I have watched every town meeting Betty has went into. Betty is often called out for her misinformation. Actually, she lies. They have called her out just about every meeting. Nothing she says is factual. She's always late to the game. She'll bitch about something months after it's been approved and is already instituted. She wants all this, but she won't. She's very limited in what she'll do here. If you notice, she will not. And believe me, Florida's no different than any other state. In fact, we probably have more crime and more missing and more hardcore crime than a lot because it's a transient state. But Betty don't touch cases here like that because she knows she wouldn't get away with it. She would not get away with the shit she's pulled. There's laws in place for that. When she's by herself. Yeah, exactly, Hope. It's when she has an audience or people there with her that she'll begin acting like a raving lunatic and get out that damn bullhorn. But I hope she wears her green superhero costume. Because, she's saving the world. Man, I thought B-Tim was going to... That was funny, though. That was funny. When he was on panel and I played that part. That was epic. And hence my chintzy looking superhero for B-Tim. Exploitation Betty. The newest green superhero. They're going to have to remake all the movies now with the superheroes because now there's Exploitation Betty. We got to come up with a different name. Exploitation's a long name for a superhero. She's a trip. Like I said, Betty always manages to skate by. I said it earlier. I don't get it. I don't get how she's been able to skate by in all the things she's done. And come on, let's face it, she's got how many court battles going on now? I mean, I don't care if you're an idiot or not. That shit weighs heavy. Okay? That's not normal that she's good with that. And she's good with that. But how does she keep getting to slide by? Over 2 years just with one frivolous lawsuit. 2 years and tons of money, but not a dime out of her damn pocket. It's wrong. It's wrong. It needs to come to an end, and things need to be changed so that people like her cannot continue doing this to others. We need to send Clue, the other creator, the timestamp from this live where she accuses them. Yeah, I think Clue was in here, but yeah, that's actually a good idea. I am going to send it to her because that's some bullshit. Clue had a beautiful home. Her pool's like an Olympic-sized pool. It's a full-size pool. She got a beautiful home. I love those water fountains they put out with the plants. That's so cool. Betty lives in an old shoebox. And you know what? I don't even care where someone lives. I don't care. You live where you live. You got what you got. You got to make it work. I don't care if you live in a 10-bedroom or a 1-bedroom. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. That doesn't. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you use to, I guess, not judge, but you know what I mean. If that's so all important to you for you to associate with someone, then there's something wrong with you. And crude, yeah, yeah. That whole thing just with the crude, that was, JLR started her on her legal shit. Only she went beyond what he could control. And what was done to Crude was wrong. I don't care how you spin it, it was wrong. And you're going to try to sue Queen over somebody else's video? Yeah, no. But she's been skating by and been able to drag it out. She'll drag everything out as long as she can. And it's not right. It's not fair. And it needs to end. And I hope Queen wins every penny back and then some for the vile shit the lies she told on her. Because she did defame Queen. You got to be honest about that. She did. She outright said she was selling rugs. The kid. Nope, that's defamation. I can't wait for the day. And listen to me, but I'm sure Queen can't either. But I can't wait for the day that Betty gets this all handed back at her. You know what I mean? I mean, she's got, 3 legal shits going on now? 3 or 4? I mean, some of it's criminal. Yeah, I know. Hope it's not right what's going on with Granny either. Yeah, that's not right at all. Nope. And I think that one of the people, BJ, she hates it. That's why I love saying it. The first one on BJ's list is Granny. And I don't even get how she can do anything considering the other legal shit that's still going on. Yeah. But who's the one going live every day, constantly talking? Who is it? I want it all to stop. I've asked a million times for it all to stop. Hey guys, I'm going to be live in an hour on my backup channel where we can talk shit. Does that sound like you want it to stop? Hey, Purple Dragon. I don't know. It's crazy. I just can't wait for it. Hey, Natural Mystic. I can't wait for Betty to be handed her ass. I really can't. If anyone on this platform deserves it for the underhanded, dirty shit they've done, is her. She's got the nerve to talk about a real lifer. Betty's a doxing queen. Oh. No, she's not going to stop because it's all about the numbers and the money. And let's face it, the true crime sucks. She wants to do a deep dive on Sebastian. Deep dive what? How many of them do you need to do? You mean your mods and people in your chat are going to do the work and you're still not going to know what's going on? But I just, and those ones that are, oh, I'm not sticking up for her, but what's wrong is wrong. And then they'll make comments to try to say that, see, well, I'm calling her out too. Yeah, no. No. Come on now. Hate bonding is a real thing. I never knew that till YouTube. Never thunk about it till YouTube. And it took me a while to even believe that hate bonding was a real thing till I've actually seen it with my own eyes. It is a real thing on here. Yeah, I don't like you, and I don't agree with the shit you do, but I'm going to jump on your train and stick up for you because I hate the people that are talking about you. Huh? What? Now, why they got such a hard on for nonsense all of a sudden? Why? She's not bothering you. She's reviewing Brittany's own words, Brittany's own actions. You know? It's like, oh my God, who knew Grandparents' Day for first grade could be such a drama? My daughter asked my mom. She asked her boss, gets the okay, then my daughter decides she wants Pop, and now I'm having to see it both. Oh man. I wish we had that at school, but we don't. But they don't have any. Well, they have a grandmother, a biological grandmother, but yeah, I've tried to keep a relationship there, but there wasn't one beforehand. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. My daughter was I guess today in school they were talking about father-daughter dance that's coming up in a couple months, and she anyway, I guess it's going to be called the sweetheart dance from now on because some kids don't have a dad, some kids don't have a mom, so either parent can take them. I think I'm going to take her. And he always took it, but, you know. Anyway. These people crack me up, these lolcows. No, Dot, I'm not here. I don't. No. It's just me and the kids. My closest brother is in Ohio, and he's in his 70s and not doing real good. I have a brother in Tennessee who's also in his 70s. But, yeah. I'll be. And we'll have a good time. It's the last year for her, because it's till 5th, and then you go to the middle school. And, yeah. So I want to make sure she goes and has a good time. It's going to be hard, but make it work. Mm-hmm. Oh, well. Well, so, guys, I'm going to make me want to scream. That's why the berries. Middle school kind of sucked, but 7th was one of my favorite years. She's excited about moving to the middle school next year. I'm not, but she is. She's growing up on me, like it or not. Okay, Bubs. Okay, Bubblicious. I hear you. You gotta go out. Yeah. Things. Well, she settled on an outfit. She didn't come back out in number 9, so she settled on one. But then we'll go through. She'll leave that one, or she'll leave at least 2 out, and then in the morning she won't like either one of them. So what she'll do is the couple she left out, she'll mix and match and then put it together. I let her have her own taste. She needs to develop who she is, and me making her wear specific clothes. Well, now I do have my rules, on what she's allowed to wear. But I let her pick from, and she's very, everything's got to be perfect. Hair, nails, earrings got to match. Yeah, she's a diva. She already got a fashion taste. Yeah. She loves JoJo Siwa. You know how she always wears all the colors and tulle and all that stuff? Oh, yeah, she loves that. And she's totally a dress and skirt kid. She'll wear shorts, or leggings, but she's not into the jeans and stuff. It's like pulling teeth in the wintertime. Yeah, she does. She likes her hair done certain ways, and she loves hair accessories. Oh my gosh. But she always looks good. And she's doing amazing in school. So I'm thankful for both. My little 7-year-old, he's a shoe horse. He's bad with shoes. He loves shoes. Calling it JoJo Siwa is one of my guilty pleasures. Well, Symphony's watched all Dance Moms, and And then JoJo had her own show, I think 2 seasons or 1 season. I don't know. But we've watched them where she was getting a band, a young kid group, open up for her. I didn't know she was that big of a singer, but anyway. We had to watch all that. She likes the way she dressed when she was younger, I don't know about now. But she used to have 4 of her dresses. She had 3 pair of the high tops, the decorative high tops, but she outgrew them. The dresses too. I haven't looked. I have to look and see if they have any in her size. But she loves that kind of stuff. She takes forever taking her shopping though. Takes forever. And I'm not a shopper. Let's get it. Let's go. No need to stay. Excuse me. No need to stay and hang out. Let's just grab what we need and get the hell out of here. Oh, no. No, not with this one. You taking her shopping for something? Count on being a long time. Yeah, she's always loved it. Ever since she was like 4. She's always loved bows, ribbons, barrettes, you name it. In her hair, yeah. You used to be a big shopper, you've calmed down. I like to get it over with. Go in, get what you say you're going to get. Okay, sorry. Interruption number 35. Oh, yeah, I look at Amazon haul too, because sometimes they have some cute hair stuff on there for like peanuts, compared to what they, $1 or $2 or $3. Yeah. And she takes care of the stuff too. I give her that. She was what, 5, 6. She fell in love with this these set of bows. I swear it, I'll move. I think there were 16 of them, different colors. She fell in love with them. To this day, she's 10. She has every one of those bows. I had this thing that I made out of a balloon, actually, one of those foil balloons. Her smiley faces. I made bow holders where she can clip her bows on the whole way around, and that way they're there, and then she can just, anyway, it works and it's cute. But I've tried to teach them that from the get-go, to take care of their things. You need to learn to take care of your stuff because stuff's expensive, and if you don't take care of it, you're just going to be adding expense that you shouldn't have to. They're learning how to save money, and they're learning how to do things and take care of themselves because they need to know how to do that. Yes, my girl don't budge. She likes what she likes, and that's that. She's stubborn as an ox. I love her though. She's such a good kid. I'm truly blessed. And yeah, they're a little spoiled. What child isn't a little spoiled? And right now, they need all the extra love and attention I can muster. Hey, Per. No, I'm not muted. You guys can't hear me? No, I'm not muted. Okay, my little one's in there sounding like a monkey. Must be something when you're watching on TV. All right, I'm going to end this, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you for the $5 PayPal. Thank you for the Super Chat and the membership. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I am going to try to be going live more. It's just hard right now, but you might get sick of me, but I need to get my channel built up. I need to, I need to. I wasn't given much of a choice. But yeah, I'll probably be live sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure when. But yeah, until then, you be the best misfit you can be. You go out on these streets, you let them know you are the YouTube misfits. And you're here to stay. There's been some things said that I've, passed through the grapevine that I haven't wanted to even address and give attention to. I'm still going to think about it because I don't know. I don't know if I'm in the right frame of mind to address the things. And it's just some snide remarks, Yeah. And also, I want to see if you screenshotted the comments. I want to see them. Anyway, I'll keep lighting this lighter. Sorry. I'm doing that. I don't want to smoke a cigarette, so every time I get the urge, I light the lighter. All right. I'm going to go. Don't let anything that people say bother you. Consider the source. Yeah. Believe me, I would love for it all to not be true, too. I would love for it to have all been just a bad dream and I woke up. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And I'm having a hard time. Probably because of everything else that's going on makes it worse. Dude. Yeah. But I don't know what time I'll be on here sometime tomorrow. I got some other things I want to show you. And there's still a little bit of Betty I didn't play yet. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen on these streets tonight, what we're going to be talking about. But I do have some other things that I do want to show you that I definitely will get to tomorrow. It's totally normal, yeah. Yeah, the auto life. I can't believe I even got to deal with this shit. Just do what's right so we can take that man home and lay him to rest with our son. That's it. Let me. All right. I'll be seeing you guys on these streets, okay? Remember, be the best misfit you can be. Till then, bye all.